diving straight into geopolitics and international relations. So let's
Yeah,
start
we
with
can.
the upcoming World War III situation. What's happening? Iran, Israel.
Iran, Israel, and basically both are very great countries, I believe. And Iran is also great in so many aspects. Israel is also a great country in their aspect. And both have their objectives, and nobody wants to compromise. So
What
whoever will be the
right. So what fascinates me about Iran is that they've been blacklisted by the US FATF for such a long time. Like
yes,
since
yes,
2016, actually, I
yes,
during
yes, yes, yes.
college time I was
2017, 2017, when
right.
Trump broke the deal
Exactly.
with Iran.
So since that time, like I was still like a fresh new student there. I mean, in geopolitics, and I said, "Oh, blacklist. Like, how big of a deal is it?" But it turns out it's a very big deal. Only North Korea and Iran has been blacklisted, so it's a quite big deal. And even after all of that sanctions and everything, like what they have actually managed to accomplish so far, it's really remarkable. Like funding all these Syrian groups and all the militants. I mean, yeah, of course Russia is there, but I mean Iran, like respect, man. They truly never give up.
Yeah, actually, first of all, you have to understand the dynamics that takes place after 1979 in Iran, when
Iran
Islamic Revolution takes
revolution,
place.
yes.
Yeah, and Ayatollah has came in the power after that Islamic Revolution. So
hmm
from that moment, they have turned ugly to America, and America turned ugly to them.
Right.
And after that, you know that America, who is the enemy of America, there is Russia is there.
Yeah, yeah.
So Russia was there for supporting them completely. They were hell a lot of like they are completely supporting them. And after that, China was there. So you might be surprised if I don't know if you know about it or not that 90% of the oil and everything energy dependency of China is on Iran completely. So that's
Mm.
why you can see that very China is very vocal in this particular war. That if you try to assassinate Khomeini, and Russia is also there. That Russia has given especially very clear warning to West, like Putin has clearly said yesterday that if you are trying to eliminate Khomeini, and in any way if you are trying to change the regime in Russia, sorry, in Iran, then that will be a disaster for world for the coming in the coming time. There will be a complete disaster. So the partners are there. So many things are there, and let's see what will happen. I believe that they will not try to do this assassination of Khomeini and
Mm.
regime change. If they will do, then there is a lot of problem can happen. Like if you can see in Iraq,
Mm-hmm.
because after 1979, what would happen? Like they basically installed Saddam Hussein in Iraq,
Yes.
and they were completely supporting them till 1988 or 89 something. And because they were completely fighting, because they were Sunni radicals and they are Shia radicals, so they were completely fighting with each other. And after that, what happened? Like Iraq and Iran, they were completely fighting.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Iran Iraq war.
after somehow they have to invade into Iran because they have got some information somewhere that there are some biological weapons and they are preparing for something big war and all. So the Americans have invaded Iraq, and after that, Saddam Hussein has been eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
So these Americans did the things in Middle East in whatever they want. They
Yeah,
don't think like what will happen after you are assassinating the most prominent leader of theirs, because they have assassinated Saddam, they have eliminated Saddam. Then there has become a complete vacuum of power over
Right.
there. Then the formation of ISIS has taken place.
Yeah, ISIS.
So they were the basically what? They were the security personnel of the Saddam Hussein, those who have made ISIS.
Oh, okay.
And those who have made ISIS, they simply was the creation of the CIA. They simply
Hmm.
wanted to,
It's just like the Taliban. Yeah.
yeah, they wanted to create, they wanted to take over the power in Iraq. Because
Hmm.
after elimination of the Saddam Hussein, there was some other groups over there. So, and Iran is over there. So they have occupied that so much area, and they have regime change takes place in Iraq. So Iranian government has placed their puppet over there, and ISIS has formed to counter that puppet government in that. So all this process has started from there, and the vacuum of power in that region has taken place. So I don't think that after 46 or 47 years of regime of this Ayatollah Khomeini over there, and if they are suddenly one day come over there and suddenly assassinate someone, then there can be a Shia militia will grow over there, and there will be a complete straight war will happen.
I mean,
And then again,
already it's almost a war. It's not officially declared, but it's already a war. I guess.
Yeah, it's a war, and I don't think that Netanyahu is going to stop over.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah.
They have completely planned out and rolled out everything after 7th of October 2023. Whatever happened in Israel, 700 people were killed by the Hamas, and whoever the proxy of these this Iran is Houthi, Hamas, and Hezbollah. So they have these 3H proxy.
Yeah, Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthi, yes.
Yes, these supported by Iran, and so Israel has planned everything very nicely after 7th October 2023. You can see that that phaser attack has happened on Hezbollah, so they have completely eliminated their top commanders and top leadership completely of Hezbollah. Houthis has been eliminated, or we can say cordon off till Red Sea by the Americans and Saudi forces. And now you can see that how they have been eliminating Hamas from the Gaza and West Bank. So this is completely things are going on in their favor, as we can see, like they are completely eliminating these proxies of Iran, and now they are completely over the Iran after eliminating them. You can see that in some news, you can see that Iran has called out to Houthis and Hezbollah and the rebels of them. So they are now not picking their phone. So they have been completely grounded, and they have been told like you don't need to come. And you might have seen again that Pakistani army chief has been called out for dinner. By Trump. So it's a very surprising for so many people, but for me it is not very surprising.
For those who understand the basics of geopolitics and of history of Pakistan, Pakistan will do what Pakistan does.
Yeah, definitely they are going to do it, and what is going to happen is like whatever I have told, that when the vacuum of power will take place in Iran after eliminating Khomeini and this regime will eliminate it, then there will definitely be a Shia militancy will be there.
Oh, of course.
So to counter that Shia militancy, there will be ISKP is there. You might have heard about it, Islamic State of Khorasan province.
Oh, this one I have not heard. Okay, this one I have.
Okay, so this is being prepared by ISI over there. Like Taliban, they have prepared to counter Russians in Afghanistan.
Oh.
So they have been given, complete full-fledged things like, so they just wanted to create a Shia-Sunni conflict over there. And I believe that this is going to happen. ISI is creating ISKP. Asim Munir has been told that you have to contain Iran and everything. Whatever the situation will spill out after regime change, then you have to take care of that reason, because you can see that in Middle East, so many troops of Americans and everyone is moving towards in Middle East and occupying the bases. And in American military, it has been kind of thinking like that. You can see if over the American TikTok, so many army people and army personnel has been, posting the video like they have been served with lobster and beef kind of thing. So it's a very, kind of, we can say, very luxury item to eat over there in the dining table of U.S. Army. So when it has been said in U.S. Army that if you have been, served with lobster and beef, then it is confirmed that you are going to have food on the field. So it's a very thing is going to happen, and let's see what will roll out in coming times. But definitely there will be a role of Pakistan over there is definitely going to be there. And the last time when the war was happening in Afghanistan, and they have provided their bases, Chaklala base is over there, Jacobabad somewhere base is over there. So this will happen, and Pakistan has to give these bases, because ultimately if they will not give, then they will not be rolled out with World Bank and so many other stuff they used to get, so they will not get. They have their things and like this, and Asim Munir wants to have some kind of $10 billion or $20 billion kind of
Yeah.
loan for their country.
Yeah, that was sad to see. Yeah.
Yeah, if he will get it, then he will become a hero in his country.
Mm.
So this is the thing going on.
So, for Iran, it's being the only Shia country, and Israel being the only Jewish country, you can
Yeah.
say. So, I mean, both has like when it comes down to existence, like they are the only one. So, yeah, I don't see neither states going down without a fight.
Nobody is going down with the fight, and I believe that Trump is again and again warning Iran, like, please make a deal, please make a deal.
Mhm.
And he's openly threatening Ayatollah Khomeini on the Twitter. Yeah, you can see.
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
We know that where are you, and we are looking for a deal, good deal, sign a deal, good deal, and decapacitate itself in case of nuclear arms and so many other things. So this is going to happen, and I believe that this is going to happen, and it is seeing like this will happen.
So can Russia afford to keep funding? I mean, they have already been fighting for 3 years, and I know that Russia is also backing up Iran, who is backing up the Triple H, Hamas, Houthi, Hezbollah, and so basically it's still the Cold War never really ended. It's still going on, and this is the best example of what's happening right now. So can Russia, afford this two front? I don't know how many fronts it's going to get, but yeah, let's assume two front, because they're already actively fighting against the U.S. Yes, I'm saying U.S. in Ukraine, and now the other front here. So, what do you think about this? From the point of view of Russia?
From the point of view of Russia, obviously Russia is not going to directly involve. Not there. The military foots will not be there in Iran, and they are making them very capable in the nuclear, free energy nuclear capacity, like they can generate electricity and all. And Russia has not pulled out their 600 workers which are working in their nuclear facility, which Russia is building over there. So Putin has clearly said that I am not going to pull out my these workers from there. So it's a very clear signal to the West, and especially to US and everyone. If anyone will get hit, or somehow if any nuclear facility will hit or anything will happen to any Russian personnel or anyone who is working over there, so that will directly be attack on Russia, and Russia will handle it in its way. And Russia has openly said, Putin has yesterday made very clear that that we can say that paradox will open. I mean, he was saying like that catastrophe will take place if something happen over there in Iran. So he might have planned, and if they can afford 3-year war with, so you can't say that Russia is fighting with Ukraine. If they were fighting with Ukraine, then the war will not last till for 1 month.
Correct.
Not that. So they are completely fighting with the complete NATO and US.
Yeah,
they are already fighting with NATO and US. So one country will add more also. So that's not a problem for him, and China will support it.
For sure. I recently saw this new map, like Russia, China, North Korea, Iran versus the US and NATO. That is quite interesting.
So China is completely going to support, although they will not put their military on the ground, but they will definitely going to support with the arms, ammunition, and everything, and they are still supporting them, because 90% of the energy demands are being completely pulled by the completely done for China for Iran for China. So they are not going to afford that thing, and rare earth minerals, they are going to excavate rare earth minerals and so many other things in the Iran. In Russia is also interested in the Iran, so much of interest in the Iran regarding the rare earth metal, because with the help of these rare earth metal you can make their fighter jets, engines and all. So everything is at stake for Russia and China, and they are definitely going to involve if anything will happen. And I might afraid that World War can start if something like this happen. And I believe that US will not involve in a way the way Israel want. So I believe that maybe is there any possibility if they can do any negotiation, but Netanyahu is not looking to make a deal, any kind of deal.
He's quite resolute. So what happened with that previous operation that was against the Hamas? Like, is it are the ground forces still there? Because once the bigger news comes up, the older news becomes well a smaller news. So I haven't really
Yeah,
got an
the
update.
operation is still going on in Gaza and in West
Okay,
Bank. Again,
okay.
it's still going on. It's still going on, and Hamas is still being fighting with these with the Israelis and all. And but the attacks are now happening in the center of the Israel, like Haifa city is there, Tel Aviv is there. So the main center is there. They have been hit by Israel missiles have hit these Microsoft offices of Israel and those stock market. In one day, Israel has faced a $660 billion loss in a one day. So you can imagine what amount of. But I have found one good thing about Netanyahu is that like you can see right now Donald Trump that he is moving and here and there with their statements like Monday something, Tuesday
Yeah, yeah,
something,
yeah,
morning
yeah,
something,
yeah,
evening something, afternoon something, dinner something, and going to sleep, and then Twitter, came on social media,
yeah.
and just before going to sleep he bombed something, and again wake up in morning he again do something. So he is a kind of hazy personality. So wherever the wind is there, so he is like like that. So,
Mm.
but if you will follow and if you are following basically Benjamin Netanyahu since
Mm.
last 20 years, you can found so many videos, interview of Netanyahu. He is very much resolved and very much clear in his ideology and in his objective. Basically, we can say that what he wants to achieve for Israel. He simply wants,
Yeah.
he simply wants that no power can have nukes. No power can have nukes in Middle East. They
Mm.
don't want. And if I'm telling you that if Saudi Arabia trying to have the nukes, then Israel will become enemy of Saudi Arabia.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, that's
So
true.
they don't want anyone to have nukes in the Middle East, especially if Iran is openly threatening. If Iran has also done so many we can say mouth bombing earlier. And if you will see from the perspective of Israel, then they have been fighting it for 40, 50 years
Mm.
continuously with Iran, like in the form of proxy. First of all, they were fighting with PLO, then they were fighting with, Palestinian Liberation Organization, then that Palestinian Liberation Organization has become Hamas, and then Hamas become Hezbollah, and they're Houthis, and so they're continuously fighting with the Iranian peoples, and Gaza has become their, main center for Hamas. They were operating ground for Hamas. Gaza was there. So you have been seeing like this. You have found tunnels,
Yeah, yeah.
kilometers of tunnels over
Yeah,
there,
I've seen
kilometers of
tunnels.
things over there,
Yeah, yeah.
missiles over there, bombs over there, and in hospitals you have been finding like uh, so many stuff, arms and ammunitions over there. They are hiding inside the hospitals and all. So Gaza was becoming a very much center and terror hub for for Israel. And after 7th October 2023, I believe that Netanyahu was waiting for something like to happen. For
Yeah,
he
yeah,
got a chance, and
yeah, yeah.
then simply, and Israel is like those are the people who have been persecuted all over the world. So these guys don't want to take chance actually. And
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
are very kind of strict, 10 kilometers, 100-kilometer long and 20 kilometers wide of their country, width and length, and how they can afford to have all these rivals. And again, if you will have Iran will have the nukes, then it is not going to good for them. They think that, and it's the existential threat. Before they have started this operation Rising Lion,
Mm.
they simply told that we are going to strike on the nuclear facility, military commands, and only military official and personnel. So they simply don't want that Iran will have nuclear weapon, and America have to follow the Israel because there is we can say that in Middle East, Israel is the only country for them to have their policy, strategic autonomy, and what we can say, whatever you can say in foreign policy terms. So Israel is the only key strategic partner, ally, or we can say whatever it is in the Middle East. So they can't lose that ally
Of
in
course.
the Middle East,
Mm.
and they have to follow. what the Israel will say, because
The
whatever
funny
the
thing
mess
is
they have.
that the funny thing is that the Netanyahu. Have you seen that videos of Netanyahu saying Israel is no, sorry, Iran is just few weeks away from being nuclear capable, a few months from being. He's been saying this for the last 15, 20 years, and he's still saying this. So, I mean, again, being neutral. I mean, if
Yeah, definitely, definitely. We can think about it, and you can see like Tulsi Gabbard, as the director of intelligence
mm,
for the U.S. She also said like Iran is not going to have a nuclear weapon in coming days or like this.
mm-hmm,
But whatever has happened now, sir, uh, whatever the claims is being claimed by Israel or
uh-huh,
Netanyahu,
uh-huh.
these are being not dismantled by the Iran. Na?
Right, that's a good point. I didn't even think of that way. That's a damn good point.
If Netanyahu is saying that we are going to make a bomb and all, then Khomeini is saying that we will make the bomb. How can you stop
Hmm.
us? Who are you? So, so
That's a
this
good
is the
point.
thing, na? So
Right,
this is the
right, right,
thing.
right.
So you have to think about it like this, and whosoever it is, sir, today,
Hmm.
tomorrow, or day after tomorrow, they are going to have a nuclear bomb. If if Israel didn't stop Iran, they
Okay.
will have it. Definitely, they are going to have it, and uh, right now they might not have that capacity or capability, but they are there. There is a region called, I think, in Iran, Natanz, one region, or some region with the name of F, something is like this. I don't know. I'm forgetting the name.
Hmm.
So they have those capabilities, and they have very strategically put over there, because they know that there is no bunker buster bomb with Israel. They don't
Hmm.
have bunker buster bomb. So, and if US will provide bunker buster bomb,
Hmm.
then it can hardly penetrate up to 6 meters inside the ground. Whatever it is, the rocky area, and it is, they can penetrate up to 6 meters. But in area of Natanz, or there is one area also there, I'm forgetting the name. So they have made a laboratory or nuclear testing facility 8 meter deep inside the ground.
I
So
did read about this. I mean, I was recently checking, but they did use bunker buster bombs, maybe on the surface. I mean, on the surface level.
no,
But yeah,
they haven't. They haven't used it. They
okay.
haven't used it. They haven't
Uh,
used it. They simply just using whatever the facility right now they have in their common arsenal. They are simply using that. They are waiting for America to give them B-2 bomber, because so these whatever what I am telling you, like that they have bunker. If US will give them bunker buster bomb, then it
mhm.
can penetrate up to 6 meters in the ground.
Uh,
Okay,
okay.
so
Yeah.
they have their nuclear facility at the 8 meter deep. So now
Mm.
what they need to do? They need a B-2 bomber of America, which can
Oh,
carry
right, right.
13,000 ton of
Yeah, yeah,
bomb.
30,000, 30. Yeah,
30, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
30,000 ton of bomb.
Mm.
So that one bomb will hit that area, and then only you can
Mm.
decapacitate with their nuclear facility. So this is a thing going on, and they are waiting for B-2 bomber, and the B-2 bomber is only with the US, and those bombs which can destroy up to 57 meters inside the ground. So
Mm-hmm.
they are only with Americans, so they are waiting for that bomb in the Natanz area to hit, and let's see what will happen.
There are. Did you know that there are fewer B-2 pilots than there are astronauts in the world?
Yeah,
But
definitely, because this is the American capacity, na? They cannot stop it.
I mean, the B-2 is
So
just a badass.
and that mother of all bomb, we can say, once they have
Uh-huh.
placed it in Afghanistan, once they
Mm.
have bombed it in Afghanistan after 9/11,
Mm.
and then they use in IS to kill ISIs, and now third time they are using it here.
Uh,
If they will use, then it will be the third time they will use here.
okay.
So let's see what will happen.
So, have you heard of the video game Call of Duty?
Video game.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, okay. So there's a video game called Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So
okay.
in that game, the game is set in the year 2025. I mean, this game was released in 2010, but
Okay.
the game was set in 2025. So in that game, there is a second Cold War, which is USA versus China. So what happens in the story is that China blocks the export of rare earth minerals to US, and so obviously the Second World War happens.
So
So
this is happening right now.
exactly. So exactly. So in that, I have played this game. I have played this a really good game. So it really hits hard in 2025 because way back in 2010, what they showed in the video game was drone warfare. So right now we're seeing this Russia-Ukraine war using such advanced drones and cyber attacks
Mm.
and digital propaganda, and also there's one mission in the game where we as US soldiers, we have to assist India to destabilize Pakistan so that US has more allies in the Asian region. So that is like Operation Sindoor right there.
Yeah,
It really is like, okay, this is happening in real life right now.
yeah, definitely. And you will see after some time that when they will done with the this Iran project, and then they will come to Afghanistan again, US,
Oh, okay.
uh, and they will come for the rare earth mineral because in Afghanistan there is around estimate if you can around there is $1 trillion of rare earth mineral over there.
There has to be. Mm.
So China is already making arrangements and deal with the Afghanis, and there is Pakistan already there. Indians are also going over there, and US will ultimately will also come over there. So right now the global hegemony of rare earth minerals is being made by the China all over the world. They are making it, and I believe that something around 60 to 70% of the rare earth minerals is being directly or indirectly controlled of China. Is in complete direct or indirect control of China around the globe. So
China
that's why you
do
might
have, yeah. China does have a lot of other like lithium, for example, and even I think cobalt or something. Because China has no limits, right? I mean, they'll just dig and dig and dig. I mean, forget your what, climate change or deforestation.
even they are digging in Africa and all. So the whole African
Mm.
continent they are digging. They are making deals with Africans. So they are very fast, and they have done it very very planningly. They have executed everything because after 1990, when Tiananmen Square or that thing has happened in China, after that they have understood that we have to give our public some kind of relief regarding that per capita income and all. So they have generated all these things, and they have very very sophisticatedly planned everything, executed everything, and till you can see that till 2013 or 14, or we can say till 2012,
Mhm.
explicitly we will say, when China was not involved in any kind of conflict. They were simply growing their
Oh
economy
yeah.
all
I
around the
know
world.
about, yes.
They were
I read about
simply
that.
so they were
Mm.
simply growing that their economy, and right now India is also in the same phase. We are
Yeah,
also
yes.
just
They're setting
focusing
up
on our thing.
exactly. They're setting up factories,
Yes.
being a manufacturing hub.
So you have to be very economic power if you want to
Right,
assert
right.
yourself in the world. So after 2012 or 2013, China, starts showing their eyes,
Correct,
red
correct.
eyes to India and everywhere in the world, to US and all.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, and this region is going to be very hot in coming time, and I don't think that there is going to be peace. I believe that we as Indians will remain in peace because somehow we can say that we have always remained non-aligned. So that sometimes that I feel like why we have to be non-aligned, because sometimes I feel like this is not good, and we have to be somewhere else. But
I mean, we officially we are not aligned, but everybody knows that India aligns with Russia till
yeah,
mid.
definitely we are aligned with Russia. But if you will see that thing, because we are aligned to Russia because 70% of our
Weapons.
military,
Yeah.
military weapons and all are from Russia. So that's why we are aligned to Russia. But if we will get the self-sufficient capacity and so many things, and hopefully we are working on that. Thank God we are uh, ultimately realizing all these things, and we are working on this. So when we get self-sufficient in our things, then we don't have to rely on so many other countries like this. But if somehow we can see the Russia as our friend, then we can wholeheartedly trust them because they
Mm.
have been our savior every time at every moment they have been our savior. And yes, in the Ukraine-Russia war, we have been compensating that thing to Russia. We have done that. We have done so many things, and Putin has explicitly said about our Prime Minister that the pressure which Indian government is facing and the Prime Minister Modi is facing, I can understand that how the West is, trying to
Right.
demonize everything, manipulating everything, and doing everything. But Mr. Modi is not compromising on the national integrity and all. So Mr. Putin understood all these things, and that's why our Prime Minister is getting respected over everywhere. That's the reason.
Hmm. And so coming to Pakistan, Op Sindoor, did you follow it closely?
Yeah, I have been following it.
So I mean, that was a genius move. Like even I was convinced that when the government said that they will be conducting practice runs, and immediately that night itself, Op Sindoor started. So, I mean, yeah, what a
Yeah.
switcheroo.
Yeah. So there was a mock drill was going on in the country, and we have been hitting the Pakistan in the night.
Hmm.
So that was a great moment, and I feel very proud, really very proud of our Indian Armed Forces, like the way they have conducted strikes, middle of the Punjab, center of the Punjab in Pakistan, Murid K and Bahawalpur and all these terrorist organizations, headquarters and all. So the message was given to them very clearly that wherever you are and wherever you will be, we will going to hit you hard and very hard. So this was the message from the Indian government that now you don't think like we will cross POK and we will remain, up to the POK and LOC. No, we can hit inside the Pakistan, anywhere in the Pakistan, and we have did it.
Yeah. I mean, for during Op Sindoor, but the news, like India, with every new operation against terrorism, we learn something new. For this time during Operation Sindoor, what I noticed was that India really lacks the information warfare. I mean, we have to do something about that because Pakistan is good at it.
Yeah, definitely they are good at it because they are good at it. That's why they are good at it because they have been running this, fake campaign since last 40 years. They have dedicated, team for that. DGISPR, the work of DGISPR is this: they don't fight on ground, they fight on media. So they were doing it and they have done very well, and they have done it. But they know after a time, yesterday the Deputy Prime Minister of Pakistan has claimed that there was no one to come against us, come for us to ceasefire. We have been negotiating with the Indian government with the help of Saudi, and then the Indian government has told the Saudi to to call the DGMO, to the Indian DGMO, and then the things will happen. So this is how the things has happened. There was no one and nobody there to ceasefire and all. So this all claim was done by the Trump and all. So Trump is kind of why I don't think that. I mean, after Barack Obama, the US has not got any good president. I don't think.
Wow.
Joe Biden was not very much.
He was a weak president.
Yeah, weak president, definitely weak president. And Donald Trump, you can see that every minute he is changing his statement. I mean, yeah, you are a world power, and you are still world power. Nobody doubt it. Nobody doubt it, and you are world power. So, behave like a world power, please. That's the only request I can make to Donald Trump. Please behave like that. I mean, that's a very cheap tactics which is being done by the Donald Trump just to improve your wealth and improve his wealth. He is simply improving his wealth.
Of course. He's a businessman before he's a politician. Yeah.
Yeah. So why is so much he is close to Pakistan? Because the DGISPR and the Pakistani Munir and all, they are all giving them a crypto business. Completely 60% of their crypto business or crypto shares is being shared by the Pakistani army in the company of
his. I mean, Pakistan. I don't even know.
Yeah, their army generals are very much rich. Yeah, they are very much rich. To do business, they are the businessmen. They are not a real army. If they were the real army, then they have to fight.
Makes sense.
the way we have told them in that Operation Sindoor and the way we have hit their bases. They were about to attack on us in the morning of 9th, so 9th or 10th it is. So we have hit them with their air bases, so they were not able to fly their fighter jets.
So Op Sindoor was paused. I mean, paused temporarily because of U.S. intervention, right? Because if not stopped, then India would have just bombed every single air base, and U.S. has a lot of air bases in Pakistan. So do you think that had to do something with it?
That the news came out, and I am not sure about it that it is true or not. But you can listen the interviews of old journalists and old generals of Pakistan Army.
Mm-hmm.
They always have told like that Noor Khan Air Base is over there. So when India hit that, then it become a red point or red signal for the Americans. Because that is Chaklala Air Base, used to be called earlier times when US was in Afghanistan.
Okay.
That base was called as a Chaklala Air Base. You might have heard this.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Chaklala Air Base, because the strikes which has been when they hunt down the Osama bin Laden, then those helicopters and all have been going from the Chaklala Air Base.
Okay.
So that was in American control completely. Budgam Air Base, and they refueled that over there in the Chaklala Air Base. Budgam is in Afghanistan, and Chaklala is there very much near at the border of that Afghanistan. So that Noor Khan Air Base, when Indian Army has hit that, then the red signal has came out, and it has been said that they have that nuclear complete control command over there. So J.D. Vance called the Prime Minister Modi like something nuclear radiation or kind of this, but this thing is not in open. There are some references over there, because after hitting the Noor Khan Air Base, there was a plane with that we can say that Egyptian plane has come with some kind of stand. That stand has a particular name. I don't know. I'm forgetting that name. So that stand has come because from the sea. The sea is there in Egypt. Mm-hmm. So that stand has come from that. So that stand can absorb the radiation.
Okay.
Egypt has sent that helicopter or what would be plane with that complete stand. So these are the references is coming out, but if these things will come out in the open, then
right. Then yeah,
so this will not be a good, face saving type of thing, and so this is all happening in the Afghanistan, Pakistan, everything. I don't know that we are being, the Asians have been always in trouble somehow, because I believe that we are divided people, so that's the reason everyone is taking us for their benefit. We can see what will happen, but certainly Israel and Iran is going to have a war. I believe they will have it.
That's a very interesting point when you said we're divided, because when there's this class by Khan sir, when I saw, he said Indians are so vocal about Palestine, free Palestine. This, not all Indians, obviously some Indians, but these same people don't raise their voice against the Uyghurs or the Rohingyas or the in the Ukrainians who are innocents. I mean, it's only particular, like more like a trend, so something they have no idea really the details. They don't know the history.
What happens after World War? You can see there was a Germany, who Europe is fighting against Americans and Britishers, and after a time they actually sit together and come to a conclusion that we want to grow. We have to grow together, and we want our people to be benefited by this. We want our people to be prosperous and all. So they all come together to the table, and then the European Union has formed, Brexit has formed, and so many other stuff, so many NATO has formed. So they have channelized everything. Although we can say that they have been exploiting all over the world, but they were, doing something good stuff for their people. But still, they were doing for their people. Let's see, nobody can deny that. Even after exploiting others, they were actually doing for their people in any way they were doing, but at least they were doing for their people. So in the same way, if South Asia can come together, West Asia can come together, then anything can happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you will see West Asia, the whole energy crisis will come in the world. That Middle East and all have denied, permission and do all such stuff like we are not going to give you oil and all. Then the whole world will be in crisis.
Oh, for sure. It's like oil crisis.
But you can say that how definitely and how precisely they have divided these people, like in Shia, Sunni, Iran, Iraq, and Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jews. All that stuff has been going on and is still going on. And yes, it's not a complete fault of West. It's the fault of our own people, those who are in West Asia and South Asia. They are divided people. They are radical people. They believe in ideologies. They believe in some kind of theocracy, and they believe in all this stuff. So we are facing and we are having the consequences of that. If you will see actually ideological war, then if you will actually see, if you will see like why the Iran is fighting. Iran is fighting with Saudi Arabia as well. Saudi Arabia is Sunni.
Sunni.
Iran is Shia. So Shia generally thinks what they think like that Mecca and Medina. These are the two mosques, holy mosques. They actually belong to them. They believe that. We believe that this after Al-Aqsa Mosque we will capture from the Jerusalem, and then we have our next aim to capture Mecca and Medina. So they believe that they are the right people, or they are the right inherent of this particular mosque of Mecca and Medina, because Hassan Ali was the son-in-law of Prophet Muhammad, and Hassan and Hussein was the grandchildren of Prophet Muhammad. So they have been following. They give this particular Shia and Sunni thing. So those who believe in the son-in-law Prophet and Hassan and Hassan and Hussein, those who were the directly descendant of their Prophet, so they are the custodian of these people. Shia are those people, those who believe in the Hassan Ali, who is the son-in-law, and the Hassan and Hussein. So this is a thing is going on. This is the conflict, and if you will see from the ideological point of view, simply this Iran want to capture Makkah and Medina. That's the thing. So that's why Iran is against. So that's why Saudi is completely against them. So they are hitting them completely hard. So this is the power game. Turkey is playing its own game. Turkey wants to become Khalifa again of the whole Muslim world. So Saudi is fighting its own things. Qatar is fighting its own thing. Jordan is fighting its own thing. Egypt is fighting its own thing. Iran is fighting its own thing. And Pakistan
the latest visit of Prime Minister Modi to Cyprus. So, what's wrong with Turkey? As in, from the point of Turkey-India relations.
Turkey, I don't feel that there should be anything wrong in the relation of Turkey and India. India and Turkey is a very good friend, and we have recognized Turkey as soon as it formed in 1948 or something, 1949. The country has formed, and we have completely recognized them. And we have been having a good relation, Turkey, since our independence. But right now, very same thing, that I am telling that ideological thing has came. If you will see from the business aspect, what Pakistan can give to Turkey? Nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
What can give Pakistan? What Pakistan can give to world, yaar?
Nothing. Terrorists.
They can't give.
Obviously, terrorists.
Definitely terrorists. So what? When there was a war in Syria, wars in Syria broke out, then the Turkey was the takeoff ground for all the terrorists. From the whole world, when everyone was joining ISIS and all, they were coming to Turkey. And from Turkey on road, they were going to Syria. Because Turkey and Syria is a neighboring country. So this is how Turkey has played the role. They just wanted to become, Khalifa in their own world and in their own mind. And I don't know that how they will, because before this, Erdogan was not in this kind of Islamic thing and this radical thing. The leader was doing very good.
Oh yeah, for a Muslim country, Turkey is very advanced.
If you will see since last 5 years, or we can say 3 or 4 years, the 80% there was inflation is there. 80 to 90% inflation is come. Lira has
Oh.
dropped down so drastically. So when you come in all these things that Hagia Sophia you might have heard,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
that yes, that used to be museum, and that used to be place of Christian. So
Hmm.
when he became the president, he converted into the mosque.
Hmm.
So by luring all these things, by doing all such stuff, then where will you take your country? They live in their own world, yeah. I mean, the whole Middle East is dividing, but Saudi Arabia is doing good, although they are in a very balanced act. They are, you know, dealing with China, they are dealing with Russia, they are dealing with Americans, they are dealing with Indians. They are doing very well, and I believe that UAE and Saudi Arabia will be the champions of the Muslim world after few decades. They are going to have a very good infrastructure, good things for their people and all. Because Mohammed bin Salman know that after few years, after few 20, 30 years, this oil is going to be
Right,
finished.
right.
So where will
Smart
you
man.
head then where will you going to be take your economy? How will
Hmm.
you sustain your people? And so he's working on that. He's making the country modernize. He's making his country taking out his country from that Islamic Kattarpanthi,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
radicalized rule and coming. So he's doing a lot of stuff. He is
He
doing,
really is.
and he has given interview to some frontline, or I believe that in News Australia, that his life is at risk in the Saudi Arab because the mullahs and Maulvis,
Ah.
those who used to be very radical, they are they want to dismantle Saudi prince
Wow.
because the way he is changing norms for women, they can drive, they
Yeah,
can move,
yeah, they can
they
run.
can go out, they don't need any mahram. Mahram since means like some man from their family,
Yeah, made accomplished,
like
right.
sister, like any brother, husband, or father. So whenever
Hmm.
they go outside, they have to any three of them with us. So all these rules are being changed. The concerts are happening.
Yeah.
Western people
WWE
can
Royal
dress.
Rumble.
Yeah, people can dress
Yeah.
in their own way. Girls can dress in their own way.
Hmm.
They don't need to wear niqab, hijab, and then
Yeah.
burqa again. Now, so Saudi Arabia is changing. UAE is changing. You can see, UAE is opening the Hindu temple on their land, and everything is happening. So these guys
Interesting.
are changing themselves. So let's see what will happen. I believe that Iran will also, Iran can have nuclear bomb or not, I don't know. But if Iran, right now, for a moment, if they can, come to the table and go and for next 30 to 40 years, 50 years, they just think like that, okay, we will focus on our economy and all, then Iran has a lot of potential, great potential.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense because even after being blacklisted, if they can, sustain and develop their nuclear programs and whatnot, imagine what would it be if they said, okay, no, we will not produce nuclear weapons, but we will focus on everything else. I mean,
That's the
wow.
problem now. There is no one to tell them that okay, we just need to stop ourselves for
Mm.
20 years. Then just we need to focus on ourselves. Then we will do whatever we want to do.
Mm.
Then they have the assertiveness in their world. They can show their eyes to China and to Russia and to
True.
India and to whomsoever they wanted to do. But they can do whatsoever they can do. But this is the problem. If you will read the Mughal history and all,
Mm-hmm.
the Muslim people, and specifically, I'm not getting community-wise like this, but
Mm-hmm.
if you will see like this, that rulers of the Muslim world, if you will
Mm.
see, then they have been very kind, dynamic, and they have been very strong rulers.
Mm.
But these people don't stop. They don't know where to stop.
Ah, okay.
These guys don't know where to stop. They know they want to capture. They hell lot of can capture things. They can murder. They can lay down your throat. They can do anything. But after accommodating all these things, they don't know how to consolidate power.
Ah, okay.
So this is the thing, and Prime Minister Modi is the best example for that. After Op Sindoor and the situation in which we are,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can hit them hard again to the Pakistani, but we pulled back because our objective was achieved,
Ah,
completely achieved. We are not there for fight. We just want to grow our economy. After 20 years, we will see Pakistan and all.
correct.
And covertly we are doing so many things over there in Pakistan, Balochistan, whatever we can do, we are
Mm-hmm.
doing. So that can be managed covertly. Why to go, like a war and all
War
these
is
things?
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, very expensive. Israel is facing a hell lot of
Oof,
deficiency.
economic hit. Yeah, more than the missile hits, they're taking a lot of economic hits. Good God, man.
Definitely, they are hitting. They are being dragged so badly in this particular thing.
Mm. Okay, so Boeing, in the flight in the past few years, like Boeing crashes, and I want to talk specifically about the Boeing whistleblower, getting uh, mysteriously,
Yeah, he was also died.
yeah,
He also died.
died due to mysterious circumstances. That's just suspicion.
Definitely, he basically came out and he was saying like whatever the necessary things needs to be considered before giving green signal to these planes and all.
Mm-hmm.
These are being ignored continuously, and these are not being considering, or these are not being updated. The things which we are using over there are infected, or such kind of things he has openly said after getting voluntary retirement from their job from Boeing, and after a few years, I believe a few months, he was found dead in his home.
Hmm.
So all these things are happening. At least I was very surprised after knowing that India we don't have any single company which can create a airplane. I was
Even you're talking about passenger plane, even the military plane, Hindustan Aeronautical Limited, they haven't even made a fourth gen fighter yet. So I mean,
yeah
you saw that speech by that Indian Air Force, what Marshal, Air Marshal, the top,
he said that. Definitely said it, and he was very angry
yeah,
about HAL that they are not doing properly and they are not giving their
on
giving us
time, everything
the
delayed.
procurement on time.
Yeah.
On time delivery they are not giving.
Mm.
So we definitely need so many things. We definitely need to improve our stuff. We definitely need to see all these things. We definitely need to increase our budget for the innovation and research and all, for the AI and all. We definitely need it, and I surprised, and I am unable to understand why the government is not paying good to their teachers, good to their scientists, and I'm unable to understand. They simply need to make a 1,000 crore budget. That's simple. That's it. Not more than that,
Mm.
to pay their teachers and scientists.
Even the military budget also, was it 60% is all gone for salary and pension, and remaining, I think more than that, and remaining
Yeah.
the budget only goes for
Right
acquiring new
now,
stuff.
right now our budget is around 80 to 80 billion, 80 billion dollars, and it must be. I mean, next time if government is going to, assign so many things or budget, so it must be, nearly $100 billion. At least $100 billion must be there, and within few years or 5 years, it must be rise to 200 to $300 billion. Then only you can, survive in the coming world, because the way China is doing things,
Oof,
the way
China is just-
Pakistan is doing things, because Pakistan is a nuisance, and you know you can't blame Pakistan for all this mess, because they are the people who are always ready with their guns.
Mm.
So this is you and your people have to decide that how you are going to deal. In case of Pakistan, since last 78 years, we all are confused people. We don't know to whom we need to talk. The Pakistani knows that they who need to talk. They know who is the real boss. They know that Pakistan military general is the real boss, so we need to talk to him.
Mm.
So they every time they are calling you, they call Ayub Khan, they call Ziaullah, they call Parvez Musharraf, and now they have called Field Marshal this Qasim Munir. So they know exactly where the power lies. But we Indians are confused. We are the neighbor, and we don't know that where these are our enemies, and we don't know that where we need to handle and where we need to talk.
And for Pakistan, it's also very clear, right? I mean, their sole objective is to destroy India. Like, they don't care about GDP, happiness index, this, that.
That's the thing, na? That's the reason. That's the reason, because so many people after Op Sindoor, we have been reached to that escalation point and everything. So many people were saying like, okay, thok do, maar do, peet do, kaat do, paar do. Do the destroy Pakistan and all, Balochistan alag kar do, POK le aao, this and that. how they are ready. Those people have nothing to lose.
Yeah. Those
And
people.
we have everything on our stake. We are $4 trillion economy.
Exactly.
We are fourth economy in the world. We are now going to become third economy in coming 2 to 3 years. We have everything to lose.
Yeah, we have so much to lose.
We have everything to lose, so we can't afford all these things right now. We can afford, and we are doing all these things, but we will do it after 20 years. Definitely, we are going to do this, and still covertly, so many things are happening. So unknown gunman is doing their stuff in the Pakistan. So is this not enough for the Indians?
Yeah.
I mean, this is really, yeah, this is the first time you can see that unknown gunman hit that, unknown gunman hit those, and unknown gunman has, So this is the first time our generation is seeing like this.
I mean, true. The thing is that these covert ops, espionage and spy, they are not meant to come out, right? Like someone, the Pakistani general, in a car crash. Oh, it's an accident. Nobody knows that the brake lines were cut or there was a bomb inside the fuel tank or something like that. Because in social media during Op Sindoor, we actually saw the bombs, landing in Pakistan. Oh yes, Pakistan, boom, boom.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the show, I guess. That's where the Josh comes from actually. So the real deal, for example, just to prevent a terrorist attack, from intelligence reports, so they thought their plans. So this was never meant to happen, and that was a successful operation, but it will never come out. So I guess, yeah, I can understand the people.
It will come out. Some journals will write some book, and anyone will write book after
Yeah.
retirement. So
The
then it
years.
will come out. Then it will come out. So many things will come out. But yeah, definitely we have done excellent job. Our bosses have done excellent job, and the officers, those who were doing press conference, they simply said, our army chief had said that our CDS has already said, like, we have our objectives and we have achieved them. That's it.
Mm. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of this military special ops podcasts of Indian armed forces. Yeah, lots of new, so much new information and something that we would not get anywhere else. Like just reading and doing that. Like when it comes from their mouths, like what they have seen and how they, do things. It's quite yeah. I kind of opened my third eye on that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's definitely the person on ground doing their stuff and all, lots of having experience, 20 years, 40 years of service. He might have known so many things which we never can imagine or never can think and never can be seen.
Yeah.
So definitely, and army personnel, our Indian army, I believe that we are the only army in the world who is in the continuous fight since its formation. Continuous fight. When it formed if you can say British Army, and then Indian Army it was used to be British Army.
Yeah.
Then it was continuously fighting in World War One, World War Two,
World War Two.
And then we had so many fights within country, outside country, and after a formation of our country, after independence, we are continuously fighting a war. 1948 and 1962 with China, 1965. 1971, 1999, and after the militancy in Punjab, militancy in Northeast, militancy in the Bastar region, Chhattisgarh, Naxal, Mao.
Yeah.
So our army.
Yeah, we have a lot of practice. Yeah.
Yeah, we are in continuous conflict. So one side is there, like we can say that it's a very bad thing for a country which is fighting continuously, but on the other side, it's a very good aspect that we are continuously on the ground, so we know everything and we can combat. We are in a combat situation since last 78 years at every part of the country, and so many times we are successful. Right now you can see that Naxals is being, the government has resolved that till 2026 we will make India Naxal free. So they are doing their work, and it's a very commendable work is going on in the here in Naxal region, which is being there in the Bihar, Bastar, or this Chhattisgarh region, and that whole belt of Nepal and all. And here in Northeast, we have seen that so many deals has been happened with the Nagas and
a lot of militant groups have surrendered.
And all. So we are successfully operating. We have eliminated Khalistani from Pakistan, Punjab region of India, and so many other things we have done. We are continuously fighting on the Kashmir region, and till now the whole fight has reduced to two districts of Kashmir right now. So we are in the continuously combat movement, and not in the combat movement. Not we are fighting. We are winning the war. We are winning everything. We are doing our things. We are doing our stuff. We are continuously fighting for the UN. The commendable work which Indian forces are doing in the UN peacekeeping mission. So everything is so drastically. What we need is we need exposure. We need good advanced machinery, technology, and we need a little good budget for our forces.
We learned a lot, the Indian defense, they learned a lot after the failure of Operation Parakram in 2001, after 2001.
Yep.
Like, I still, I have seen the interviews and all that podcast and everything, but I still don't get it. Like, how does the Indian Armed Forces lose more soldiers during mobilization than the entire war of Kargil? Like, I still cannot process that. Like, how?
Yeah, actually, what was happening, like, if you are in a situation like this, like actually, I don't know that what the government has problem with the Indian government has problem. I don't know. The Atal Bihari Vajpayee government at that moment, at that time, they simply said that we are not going to cross the LOC.
Okay.
Not at all, at any condition. So the armed forces was restricted completely. They were not allowed to navigate those routes which can be easier for them to go and to take those heights.
Okay.
So what happens is, generally what happens before 1999, that when the winters came, so the post which is above, over the Kargil and all, so they used to get vacated. So Pakistani side go at their side and we used to come our side. We come down and they also go down. But what happens in 1999, they basically captured those places which are our side. And you might have heard all these operations and all.
Yeah.
So they have captured those posts at a very height. Okay. And what we were doing, we were moving from the down position to upward position.
To upward position, yes.
We were not allowed with the Air Force. Air Force was not allowed to, go and cross LOC and to hit them. We only have Bofors at that moment. So that was also not inducted at that moment during the war. So what we were doing, we were running our forces by the ground. So what we do, we rest in the daytime, and what we do, we move in the night time.
Yes.
So what the Pakistanis was doing, they were simply hitting the fires simply. So it was a 1:10 ratio of the casualties. If we were able to kill the one, then 10 of our soldiers are going down, because they were on the height. And the speed and the positions which they have maintained and everything they have maintained, they were very much able to see very clearly to us. They were very much able to point out and pin out us, pinned us. So when they fire us, the speed of the bullet and everything was so you can just imagine that you are at a position.
I've seen.
And someone is coming down, so you can. And there was a height, there was a slopey, there was a mountainy. So how you will half of your body energy and mind is just to hold that position, and then you first make yourself comfortable to in that position, then you will point out the gun and then you will hit. And the Pakistanis was there already in the position, so they just see the helmet and they were hitting. So 544 or 46 army personnel have been killed. Have been martyred.
I've seen the movie LOC Kargil and Lakshya, which is based on the Kargil war.
Yes. So this was the thing, and later on, but we won the war, and let's see. Also, there was a casualty, around casualty also happened, 1,000 or 1,500 casualties of Pakistanis was also happening. So, but they didn't take the body of their soldiers. What kind of army is this? You can imagine.
So what are your thoughts on this one? Like how it is projected? Like, have you seen any war movie? Any of the military movies?
Yeah, I have seen so many military movies. I love to watch military movies. Like LOC, I have already seen, and I have seen those movies which are based on American and Afghanistan movies. Like
Oh, great.
when
Have you seen?
they were operating in Afghanistan. So those movies I used to watch, but if you will see, tell me the names. So I don't know. I have
Okay,
forgotten the
okay,
name.
okay, okay.
But yeah, definitely there are so many movies you can go and search. Uh, I believe uh, there are so many good movies.
Like this
Uh,
year released Warfare. It's
for
Warfare. That's it. That's the name of the movie. Like
okay,
I haven't watched it yet, but I highly recommend because it's in my to watch list actually. Warfare.
okay,
No background music, no nothing. Just watch the trailer. After this conversation, you can just
okay,
watch the trailer, and
okay.
from that itself, you'll see like
Definitely I'm going to watch.
this is the most realistic based, like nothing like Lone Survivor or Black Hawk Down, and I think even Green Zone I've seen. Yeah, even I like war movies a lot. Something like what Christopher Nolan did with Dunkirk and Oppenheimer.
Okay,
Not pulling any punches, like showing you straight the horrors of war. So yeah, Warfare is definitely the highly
definitely,
recommended.
definitely I'm going to watch. I'm going to
Mm.
watch it.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. Next up is illegal immigrants. So what do you think of illegal? Because India has been, suffering from this a lot, like Rohingyas coming from there and the Bangladeshis. Like, yeah, a lot of.
Definitely, without any doubt, every illegal immigrant should be kicked out from the soil of India. That's not an issue.
Hmm.
Completely agree. And after this India-Pakistan conflict and this option two, so many of you have understood the importance of this, that how the people are spying and so many things are happening in
Hmm.
border areas. The population of the Rohingyas are increasing near the bases, near all these areas is, and you might have seen that the border area like Bengal, like Punjab, like
Yeah, yeah,
Gujarat, like Rajasthan. So all these areas have been occupied by these forces.
yeah. The problem is
So
that they have more documents to support their identity than some natives in this
so that
country.
so this is the reason. That's why Bipin Rawat has said that we are fighting a 2.5 war,
Hmm.
2.5 front. One is China, one is
Interesting.
Pakistan, and one within. So
Interesting.
we have to identify all these people, and for government, it is not impossible thing. It is very much possible thing. Government can do anything. State is a very powerful thing. State, if it comes, अपने पे अगर आ जाती है ना state तो
Yeah,
कुछ भी
yeah,
कर सकती है.
it is powerful, but it's slow. I mean, and I still remember in Assam's, right? What was that national amendment? No, sorry, what
Like
CAA?
NRC, NRC.
CAA, yeah. I mean,
NRC.
it took such a long time, and after that, still what 200,000 people's names were off the list, and then they had to redo that thing, and
So this is
yeah, like I have seen, like during from my time in copywriting and digital marketing, like I have seen people make fake Aadhaar and fake IDs, and like I really have seen, like, oh, this is how it goes down. There, wow, that is, yeah, I've seen some stuff, man.
this problem is with us. Very neat problem is this. We have this a neat problem. We never completed things on time, nor bridges we can complete, nor
Mm.
expressway we can complete. So all the cost we then we pay for all this thing, and we pay the cost for all this, and that's the thing we are facing, and right now we are paying everywhere. All these things are happening, and NRC citizenship register. It's a very compulsory thing for any country, because
Hmm.
this is how you are forming policy. This is how you are,
Yeah, yeah.
deciding that this is how we will allocate resource to this country or this, this state and this state. Bengal will get this much, and Assam will get this much, and Nagpur will get this much.
Mm.
Maharashtra will get this much. Delhi will get this much. So this is how you decide everything. This is how you plan can employment journey for the country. You can plan the skill programs, and you can plan food program, nutrition program, anything, hospitals, schools, everything can be planned on the basis of citizenship register. And
Mm.
see, in 2027 the government is doing this survey. You might have heard about the caste census and all.
I did see the headline somewhere, but I didn't read the article.
Yeah. So this caste census in the name of the government use, we were expecting government to do a national to form a national register of the citizens.
Mm-hmm.
They are doing caste census because government is facing opposition from the opposition parties like you can't do NRC, you can't do this thing. But opposition is saying like okay, we will do caste census. So in the same way, government has approved caste census. So along with that, the government is planning something different. Government is planning okay by doing this caste census at least we can know and we can do the uh, that how many citizens are there, how register can be formed. So the opposition will not oppose it, and the thing which we want to do, so we will also do. So in the same in the manner they were thinking might be. So in what way they were thinking, but I believe that the government has a one problem like they are not very firm to their decision right now.
Mm.
Like you can see in the farmers law, they were
Oh, yeah.
they don't up to their mark and they withdraw their farm laws. And after that Shaheen Bagh happened in Delhi for
Yes,
CA and NRC that was happened. So
unfortunately.
government also pulled down their knees over there, and so many things have happened. But you have to take a tough stance. You always you don't get a always chance with some the way government was getting majority since last two terms, and right now also
Right. Yeah.
so every time the wind will not in favor of you.
Correct.
So if you can do this work, then you do this because it is very much necessary for the country. Not it can be seen from the angle of Hindu and Muslim and like Sikh and Isai and all. It must be completely seen with the eye of an Indian, for the Indian, by the Indian, and for the Indian. Perfect.
Mm.
That's it. So not more than this. Every single person who is unauthorized to live in this country, live on this soil, must be kicked out very brutally and in any form of way. He must be kicked out. We have to take some brutal decisions to make our country great and to make our country things and to make our things work for our people.
That
And this,
almost sounded like a Donald Trump speech right there because of that Los Angeles protest there. Did you see that?
yeah, I have seen that.
The
I have
immigrations
seen
and
that.
customs enforcement. I mean, of course, America is also a nation of immigrants. And, America built on the labor of them. But yeah, right now what's happening is, of course, they want to kick out immigrants. But I mean, the whole workforce labor is based on them. So how do we go up about that?
Yeah, and I'm supporting that if there is someone who is illegally entering in your country and doing their stuff,
Mm-hmm.
so he must be kicked out.
Oh,
Even
for
it
sure,
is
for sure.
America,
That is
even
for
it
sure.
is Europe or Russia or anywhere in the country,
Yeah.
that person must be kicked out of country. Definitely, without any doubt, whosoever it is.
But the thing is, we have seen like so many influx of Bangladeshi Muslims like coming in, and this is more important to say because they're so huge in numbers. They're changing entire voter banks. Like it is a serious problem.
Yeah, this is the problem. Now, this is what happened in Delhi.
Oh.
This is what happened in Delhi that they have changed the complete demography of some regions or some legislative assembly over there. I mean, legislative seats over there. So they have changed the demography of that, and they have, giving the votes to the opposition. And the गलती उन लोगों की नहीं है. The mistake is from our side because we the politicians, the MLA of the local MLA is providing those ration cards and those Aadhaar card and PAN card and those ID
free
cards.
stuff. Yeah.
So this is a thing we need to stop, and hell lot of when we have to send forces and emergency agencies we need to form, or just left these emergency to those people, those who are doing all such stuff, drag them completely and put them inside the jail, and NIA वनआईए लगाओ, जो भी लगाना है आपको लगाओ, NSA वनएसए लगाओ उन पे, and just do that. You have to make things happen. That's it. Ultimately at the end, if you have hundreds of phone number in your phone, and the one person who is working for you when you call him, and the only person who is at the time when you need so much, and he's the one who is working, that is the only number you need to save. Rest 99 you need to delete.
Right. Yeah. A friend in
So
need is a friend indeed. Mm.
yeah, but definitely. So the person who is making the things happen, who is making the things on the table, who is who is making the things happen, that
Mm.
needs to be done. And this BJP government is definitely being selected for things to make happen, not to just transfer or postpone the thing. So that's the reason. And otherwise, what the problem we have with Congress? Less taxes, we can do so much stuff. We can do businesses. Local businesses are growing, flourishing, and everything was happening in the Congress time. What was the lack was there? That the vision was not there. No vision. We need to have a vision, visionary leader. And it's
Mm.
not like that. I am telling you, if Congress want that we need to do NRC, they can do it.
Okay. Okay.
If Congress want, they need to remove illegal immigrants from the land of this India. They can do it. They have that power. I
Mm.
believe that they can do this because they don't think much. They simply put out and they start lathi charge.
Okay.
They can wind up and fold up everything in a minute. They have that capability, and I admire them for this because Congress can do this. Congress has that capacity to do, but that that problem of getting वो बोलते हैं ना कि मतलब इलेक्शन वोट और ये सब तो वो सारी चीजें होती हैं और
Of course. Yeah. Mm.
so these are the things and we have to make at one point of time I believe that I believe whosoever is the prime minister, it is Modi or it can be anyone from the
Mm-hmm.
Congress, from BJP, anyone. We all need to have some consensus on something. Like
Ah.
on foreign policy, we all need to have a same consensus. Bring together, bring all parties on the table. Just discuss with just discuss with them that where we want to head in the world, what position we want and what position we want to assert on this map of the world. So we have to do that. And what to do with the thing called Pakistan? All parties,
The only common consensus that this India or both the parties, present and opposition agrees on is on Pakistan. Yeah, Pakistan bad. That's it. Everybody agree?
yeah,
Yes. Mm.
definitely. So they need to come upon this particular point. They need to come upon to the education stuff. They need to come upon and once and for all, please settle all these language problems. Please settle all these history problems. Please settle all these nonsensical things and just focus on the development of the people.
Yeah.
Please focus on this. I really getting fed up of all these that every time from Chennai some people is
Language.
saying like Tamil is this and Kannada is this. You have to speak Kannada, you have to speak Tamil, and you have to if you want to live here, you have first please come down and settle with those people that what do you want. Rest all parties needs to be come together on the table and sit that भैया हम करना क्या चाहते हैं, हमें आगे बढ़ना कैसे है, how do we want to grow, how do we want to assert ourselves in the on the map of the world. मतलब simply we just need to decide it because it's 78 years right now. Okay, so we have to decide ultimately that what going to be our foreign policy, what going to be our stance for China, what going to be stance for America, what going to be stance for our Pakistan, and how we are going to deal with Russia and how we are going to deal with the world, how we are going to deal with the Europe. So we have, parties can change, government can change, but these foreign policy aspects and these, long diplomacy operations, those covert operations, those all these things needs to be, follow and, needs to be run in a continuous fashion. This is what America does.
Yeah, America.
They have their consensus completely on that. But some bureaucrats here, frightened like this, that if we will do something like this, if we will, challenge something like this, then the army gets more stronger, then the intelligence people gets more stronger, then, if we will refrain from accountability and refrain from all these things. So once for all, you have to at least, you have to do this if you want to become a good or great country. Till how long we are going to frighten that we can't make our army so strong that so that it can I don't believe that Indian army can do this. Our army is not like this. So there is a fear in the circles of bureaucracy about this but still we are doing it. The thing, it's okay. However flawed our democracy is, but still we are democracy, and we are able to criticize Modi. We are able to criticize Rahul Gandhi. We are able to criticize anyone on this land. So that's the blessed thing we have. No, we have been not been imposed with anything that you have to follow this, you have to not follow this, and you can only do this, you can't only do this. If anyone wants to eat something, they can eat. If anyone wants to not eat something, they can. So this much is the freedom we have right now, and I'm very happy in my country. We are proud Indians. Our culture is thriving since last 5,000 years, and still we are standing. So many people have came, brutaled us, invaded us, killed us, played us, raped us, in whatever way they have done so many things, but still we are fighting, and still we are here in a very strong form. In whatever way we are, but still we are existing.
Of course, yeah. So India's membership in the BRICS, like in Indonesia, became the 10th member to join BRICS this year. So I mean, how important is BRICS right for now?
For right now, see, if you will see the trade
Uh-huh.
in 2002, there was a G7,
Yeah.
and they were controlling 40% of the trade of the world.
Ooh.
And if you will see BRICS, they were about to controlling like 24% of the world trade at that time in 2002. Right now, the BRICS, the G7 is controlling at around 20, 25%, 20, 23% trade. And right now, BRICS, if we combinedly call it as then it is controlling 37 to 38% trade.
Oh, wow,
of the
it was
world.
so fast. Wow.
So you can now understand with the economy wise, and
Okay.
because these groups are only for economy. Like
No,
G7
yeah,
is also for economy because these are the most brightest economy in the world.
Mhm.
Those who have come together, and BRICS right now, India is performing well, Russia is doing its well, China is doing well, and Brazil is also going to become a next hub of economy. So these people, BRICS is also a problem for US, no? One of the commerce secretary have came over here in India, and he was saying like, you are in BRICS at the same time, you are in Quad at the same time, you are buying oil from Russia at the same time,
yeah.
you are doing stuff with America. So we Americans don't like this.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. You don't like this, okay, but this is how we are.
Yeah. Okay.
This is how we can deal.
Yeah.
We don't, why we should be in their camp to have the things happen.
Hmm.
We can make the things happen, and still, अभी तो कुछ भी नहीं है, मतलब अभी तो हमारी we are in a very good situation.
Yeah.
No, we are in a very good situation, but since when we were, we got independent, तब हमने तुम्हारी बात नहीं मानी. तब जब हमारे पास गेहूं नहीं था खाने के लिए, we don't have a wheat to eat, we don't have a food to eat, तब हमने तुम्हारी बात नहीं मानी. तो अब तुम तुम्हारी बात क्यों मानेंगे? Why will we? So these tactics is not going to work. Or unko actually, these Americans have got problems like they can't understand and figure out our brain. These guys are they never understood us because the way we were surviving since last 5,000 years, in our culture, in our mode, the way we are resistant to the alien ideology or foreign ideology. And the way we were, still in our ideology, we are in a cultural ideology, we are all culturally, growing together. So all this mess up, they can't understand. For them, everything is black and white.
Yeah, of
So
course. Jaishankar said it best. Like Europe's problems are the world's problems, but the world's problems are not Europe's problems. I mean,
yeah. So
what is that?
It has been saying like this, like that. Europe is the garden of the world. So now the garden of the world is burning now.
Mm-hmm.
So Europe is burning now. That's it. So these people will come to us after a time. They will come to us. They will accept us. But their ego problem and their scientific temperament and logical temperament will not allow them to accept us. So these are the guys. So they are having problem with them. So, okay, let's see what will happen. We have been growing. Okay, we are growing slowly. Okay, but at least we are growing. We are doing stuff. We are before last 10 years. If you will see, like in 2010 or 2012, we were 10th. in the position or 11th around position in the economic position. But right now we are at the fourth.
Mm.
We will be soon third, and then we will be soon become second,
Yeah.
and one day we will also become first
Yeah, for sure, of course.
if we'll do this. So all this stuff will go on. We have to assert ourselves, and we have to just think about our interests. We don't need to put our head in the Iran or Israel war and all.
Mm.
So we just need to focus on our economy. That's it.
And also, do you think the China United States trade war will have its effects? I mean, that would be, I mean, bad for them, but beneficial for us, I guess.
And
No.
actually, the last dependency of the Chinese were for the rare earth mineral
Okay.
on the US. So they are now deviating from that, and they are now becoming self-sufficient in that. In
Hmm.
that. So the day this last dependency will over, China will be the boss.
Even
Over
Elon
the
Musk
US.
did mention this in his speech. Said, Imagine being the world's superpower for 40 plus years, like United States after World War II, and then suddenly this new kid comes around, which is China. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
the
obviously
war is supposed.
that will be a left out thing. They will feel okay, हम कहाँ खड़े हो गए अब आगे.
Mm.
So obviously Americans can never, and they want always a unipolar world. They don't want multipolar world.
Yeah.
And they will strike Israel. Sorry, they will strike Iran.
Iran.
Definitely, they will strike Iran, and let's see what will happen.
Mm.
So they are on their. They are very clear in their thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So
they are really clear, correct.
they are very clear,
Just
and
copy
so
everything.
whatever it
make
takes.
it on their own.
Yes, whatever it takes them to make that thing very clear to the world. They do all these things.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
So in Syria, which is coming back to Israel, Syria, that Assad regime has fallen. So then what happened after that? Houthis.
What happened after that? That terrorist came and shaking the hand with Trump.
Okay. So it's
So this is how the complete puppet of Israel and the USA is sitting over there, and the reach of the Israel has reached to Damascus completely.
Oh yeah, it has reached Damascus.
Definitely, so their borders and everything is up to the Damascus. So they are now operating completely in Syria, completely hold the Syria completely.
Okay.
This is the thing happening, and everything is operating out from there.
Yeah.
So that puppet has been sitting over there, and he's doing very fine for them.
So, how up to date do you keep yourself with AI stuff, like the DeepSeek that Chinese DeepSeek that really?
Yeah. Actually, AI. Actually, right now you can't explicitly say anything because the rollout of AI is still pending.
Mm-hmm.
The AI is right now is being trained.
Yes.
In so many steps and so many ways, it is being trained. So the repercussion or the things which is going to be happen in the future is still need to be seen. So you can't explicitly say that AI is going to be harmful or or useful in whatever way, but yeah, it is going to change everything. It is going to change everything. It is going to change the meaning of everything for the war or for everything. I mean, for the work, for industries, for teaching, for government, and for anything.
AI how often do you use AI chatbots?
AI right now, most of the time I usually don't use, but actually because I don't have that much work, so I don't use. But definitely I use it for for writing some stuff, like for having some good article, or for using for for preparing short notes. How I can make the particular chapter or particular page. Suppose I have given that particular page to the AI, and I just tell them that okay. Make the concepts very easy and bring it in a very slow form or flow chart form. So in that way, I am right now using just creating some images and just creating and doing some stuff, just writing notes and all. Not in that very handsome way like the people are using right now in the government and industry.
Yeah, like for those who are really those who use AI tools more, they know where to detect AI if AI has been used at all. And the slight details, like very tiny details and finesse, like AI chatbots use, some really colorful words that normal regular humans don't exactly use. So even for me, like if you all the way till 2000, when did ChatGPT released? 2022. So before 2022, all the uh, my captions on all my social media posts, i- if I train any new chatbot based on that, that bot will put ditto like how I would do. And now whenever I don't like, I'm blank. I need a quick, something. I would write I would describe the picture, let's say a picture of
Yeah,
me or
yeah.
something. I'll describe that, and I will put 3 or 4 variants of this, three, 4 variants of captions for me to put on YouTube or for me to put on Instagram. And from those 4 captions, I'll take the best lines and I'll just mix them together, and then I'll put something like that. So yes, AI is obviously inevitable, and it's for those who don't use it. I guess they will be left behind. Like me, I made so many drawings. Who knows how many people have used my drawings to train AI art. So yeah, I mean it's inevitable, and
Yeah,
I've
in some way
seen.
you can say it is making handicapped people right now. The brain, no
Oh yeah, yeah,
creativity
yeah,
will
yeah, for
have,
sure.
no creativity will can happen.
Mm,
But yeah, yes, it is upon us that how we are using it, and
right.
definitely I am the person who believes in creativity of human brain,
Yes. Yeah.
and I have this belief, and I have this very innate feeling within me like AI can be that so much advanced. AI can be anything, but AI in future and in coming time, it can't and can never match the human capacity and human imagination and human things. It can't, I believe.
Mm. Like, have you seen the Mission Impossible movies?
Yeah, Mission Impossible, I have seen one part, on one, two part.
Like, which one? The latest one?
Initial two, very initial two.
Oh, the initial. Okay. In the seventh installment, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. So the main villain is actually an AI only. So the US develops a very powerful AI to invade a Russian submarine. So and the AI does its job, but it becomes sentient. So then the AI decides, that, okay, obviously humanity bad, so I will go on a rampage. So that was the whole plot point of Mission Impossible 7.
Yeah,
The
okay.
final reckoning just released. I have to watch that. I haven't yet. So yeah, it's interesting.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
Definitely. And I think one series is also coming on Hotstar, that is Special Ops. You might have heard about it.
what is
That's
the
a
name?
must thing. That Special Ops.
Special Ops. Okay.
Okay, so there is two-part already present,
I
and
can check this out
that
later.
Special Ops 1 is there, Special Ops 1.5, and the Special Ops 2.0 is coming. So in that also, I think, I mean, I have seen first time I have seen the trailer of that, and it's the very first time that we are showing the world that we also have a enemy China, and we have cyber attacks from China. We are having so many things with China, problems with China. So I think it is one of a kind of series that in which we are actually showing that okay, China is also our enemy. Because in most of the movie are in so many movies we haven't showing that China is our enemy. You might hardly see any such movie or any series where you find that China is doing openly or threatening for us. And but
Ah.
in that series we are doing it. And generally we always see the Hindustan, Pakistan, Kashmir and all.
Right,
Maybe.
right, right. In Hollywood movies, the enemy is always the Russians. For Chinese
Yeah.
movies, the enemy is always the Americans, and for
Yeah.
Indian movies, the enemy is always Pakistan. I mean,
Yeah.
this is
So that's a fixed notion was there. So I believe that in that special ops, it is going to break.
hmm, interesting. So
Because right now
the
Chinese and Pakistanis also,
uh-huh.
come on the same ground. Na? So that's why.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah. I mean,
Because they have
makes
become
sense.
a
Yeah,
common threat.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, Elon Musk, one when President Trump won the election, he tweeted, "I love Trump as much as any straight man can love," and now break up. Now, like what's
Yeah,
happening?
everyone has got breakup, and uh, actually, I was also very keen because the way he was, Tulsi Gabbard,
Mm-hmm.
Director of Intelligence,
Yeah.
Harsh Patel, FBI Chief,
Yes.
and Marco Rubio, who is in the very favor of India, and so many other stuff. The Asian advisor, I'm forgetting the name of that person, who is very pro-India. He has written book on Pakistan, the terrorist. Uh, for the terrorism of Pakistan, and also the Asia coordinator or the chief of that Asia coordinator is the जो advisor होते हैं ना, particularly for Asia region, for South Asia region.
Okay.
So the South Asian region, the advisor to that President Trump is basically very very pro India. But right now I'm seeing that every policy, everything is going against India, and
Yeah.
every
In
stuff is
recent times.
being done against India. So unable to understand what is going on in the present mind, and let's see what will happen, what will roll out in coming time and coming future. And this time the favor is being given to Pakistan just only to only to rub and make the rubble of the Iran. That's it. Nothing is like that. So Pakistan always being used, and it is being used, and it will always be used.
It always. So yeah,
it's a kind of puppet.
Yeah, US needs Pakistan to keep India in check, and US needs India to keep China in check.
That's it. That's it. They have this mentality, and they have this goal. They don't want India to. They want India to grow, but they don't want India to subvert or demean the US position.
Of course.
They don't want.
Yeah.
They don't want. They don't want to dictate. They don't want to listen dictation from India.
Mm.
They have the habitual habit of giving dictation. So now how they can take the dictation from the country like India? India will show them dictation. They can't accept it. They can't hold it. Actually.
Of course, that's what Elon Musk was talking about, right? So in India is still behind, you can say. So China actually sees eye to eye to US, and they actually hit back on a trade war.
If I will see, they are definitely growing economically very good. But if you will see military wise, China, if I will say to you, military wise and military capability wise, and their technology and all, I don't believe, and there are some internal reports of RNW.
Okay.
I have read somewhere. So there are internal reports that 65% of military, of Chinese are completely infunctional. Mm-hmm. So whatever there it is on paper only.
But they don't. Okay, Chinese do copy. They copy the S-400. They copy the F-35. Like they can copy everything, but their effectiveness and efficiency remains in question.
Yeah, during Op Sindoor, whatever the equipment our completely indigenous made. We don't even use S-400. So many people are saying that we use S-400 and all. We might have used for for one or two missiles, but not that much use S-400. We use that Akash-T defense system, and so many layers of Akash-T defense system. Okay, so it was hardly of 4 crores. So that Akash-T, which was being designed in India, trained with AI and everything, and done everything. So you even see any drop of drone in India, any drop of missile or rocket. I haven't seen any single video. If they can show any single video that they have hit India at this target, at this place, not even at the border. Mm-hmm. So this is how efficiently our air defense system has worked, and this is impossible for Americans to sustain. So how they can accept your credibility of Op Sindoor, and how they can because you have destroyed HQ-9 of Chinese, you have destroyed JF-17 of Chinese, JF-20 of Chinese, you have destroyed F-16 of Americans. So how they are going to have you?
They will never accept that. Yeah, and so
they will never accept. Show it. Yeah, definitely they are not going to show you. Why? Because if they will see this time, and if if they will see the power of BrahMos and if they will see the power of our indigenous equipments and all, then who is going to buy them? Buy those Boeing and all those millions of dollars of army equipment. One side you have HQ9, which is millions of dollars, and one side you have this Akash Spear of 4 crore only.
Ah, ah.
So 16 countries are in the line to take BrahMos right now, including Saudi Arabia and Qatar and all.
Yeah, after Op Sindoor, even for Akash missile defense system, also I think there are
Yeah,
customers
so
are
many
coming up.
things. The recent visit of Cyprus of the Prime Minister Modi is basically India is looking to make a naval base over there.
Ooh.
Definitely. I mean, they are going to have the military presence over there in some way or other way. In any way they can have, in the form of humanitarian aid or in any way. They will have, they are looking for it. India is looking for it.
Hmm.
So let's see what will happen in coming time. And Cyprus have always been our friend, and they have always support us in Kashmir and in any type of they have always support us, because right now the Turkey has done this stuff during option do. They have provided drones and all,
Yes.
Bakhtiar drone and all. So the Modi has to take this step to go to Cyprus, because this is the first ever Prime Minister visit of after 3 decades. I think the last was Indira Gandhi have visited over there. So this was the only country those who were visited by Prime Minister Modi, this Cyprus, 3 or 4 decades after. So it has some meaning right now, and it is going to. He also went to that green line position which has been illegally occupied by the Turkish regime. He visited that area. You might have seen that video that President Modi and the President of Cyprus is climbing the stairs and watching those areas which is being captured by these Turkish army, North Cyprus region. So all this is happening. Let's see what will happen.
Mm. But also with the current, I think was it Einstein? Was it? He said that I don't know what World War III will be fought with, but I know that World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. So this is coming true and truer with every single day, because right now the Russia-Ukraine war, I see a lot of war footages. So it's going so advanced that the both sides are switching back to generational old tactics like riding horses, trenches. And there's a stalemate. Neither party can advance. There's so many casualties for minimal gains, and drones. Drones were using uh, drone jammers and drone blockers and all the stuff. So they used fiber optic cables with drones, and then they started using scissors to just cut off their fiber cables. And things are getting so advanced that the solution is going back, like generational back. I mean, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, one can see. Yeah, it can happen. In biology, we used to say like this. So when there any advancement occurs
Mm-hmm.
during succession in ecology, there is a chapter called succession,
Mm.
topic called succession, in which it has been told like that whatever the coming generation, I mean, the existing generation which is there already,
Mm-hmm.
they make the condition hostile to itself so that it can favor, to the coming generation. It will be in favor of the coming generation. So we are just making conditions for ourselves hostile. That's it. This is the human nature actually, because sometimes in the very thinking of make ourselves protect, somehow we make ourselves so unprotected that anyone can do anything to us. So we open those doors to, we can say, outsiders or anyone. Like we protected ourselves with so much, locks.
Mm.
So any key can work and open it. We don't have only single lock. We have so much of locks. So any key can open this.
Yeah.
Any of the key can open that. So this is a thing is happening.
Right. So this is currently like half the year is gone. So upcoming events, like the NATO summit coming up.
Yeah, Quad Summit is also coming up in the October or September. Prime Minister, I think Russian president is going to come this year to
Mhm.
India. Quad meeting is going to happen.
Oh.
SCO meeting is going to happen. And Rajnath Singh is going. There is a defense ministers meeting of SCO is happening. So it was very much uncertain of the any Indian representative was going there. It was very uncertain. But when this Donald Trump is doing all such nonsense stuff, so Rajnath Singh is going there in SCO. And definitely, this India is basically thinking about that RIC which Russia has proposed, Russia, India, China. So
Right.
India is thinking about it. China is also thinking. What we have problem with China? Nothing problem we have with China. If we see the things, then we don't have any problem with China actually.
The thing is, even China is quite unpredictable, right? Because in the Galwan incidents and from time to time.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes what happens, like I believe that during at that time that CPEC was running over there from the Indian occupied region.
Yeah.
That Pakistan occupied region, Gilgit-Baltistan, and all those things, all those places. So I believe, I mean, I have this feeling and I have this internal assessment of reports and understanding that somehow it was the POK was on the radar of Indian government at that moment.
Okay.
So they just want to, dismantle those projects which was going on in POK from the Indian side, covert operations and all. So they have done this Galwan episode because the investment is very heavy on that side of Chinese.
So what are the current updates for the CPEC?
CPEC is basically right now is not in a very good condition. It is completely or highly unoperable. It is not operatable.
Okay.
Because the Balochistan problem is there.
Yeah.
So that BLA is basically killing those Chinese labor, Chinese people. They are doing covert operations over there. There are Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, TTP is over there.
Yes.
And so many other stuff is going on over there. So the proper channelization of that CPEC is not able to happen. Okay. And it has to be connected with Gwadar port, which is in Balochistan ultimately. So the Baloch Liberation Army is basically continuously fighting as these Pakistani army, Punjabi government of the Pakistan and these Chinese. They are completely, exploiting those regions of Balochistan where there is a minerals, high minerals, gold and everything. So they all are, exploiting those regions, taking out stuff and minerals out from there. 40% of the needs of the gases and oil, gases basically, is filled by this Balochistan region. But all the gases, all the electricity is basically going to Punjab region of Pakistan.
Okay.
So it is being not given to, Balochi people. Those people are without electricity and without gas, but the Punjabi people are enjoying that gases and that all stuff. So the very developed region in Pakistan, you can call that Punjab region. So Pakistan has 4 provinces, like we have 28, 29 states and so many other 6 or 7 union territories. Same this, Pakistan has 4 regions only. Sindh, Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, or that Punjab region.
Punjab.
Okay. So this Balochistan region is the 40%, 44% land of whole Pakistan. So you can imagine if they lose this Balochistan, if they anyhow lose this Balochistan, then whole Pakistan will be messed up.
But it's, do you think it's, I feel it's inevitable, no?
Yeah, but nothing is inevitable. I believe that the conditions which they are growing right now, you can see that, the way Qasim Munir is behaving in this Iran-Israel war. The all hell is going to, come or spill over to Pakistan. If it happens, I'm touch wood, it must not happen that if Khamenei dead in the Israeli operation and regime changes happen, then Shia militia will rise up over there.
Okay.
And ISKP will go from Pakistan and it spill over all that region.
Okay.
So Pakistan has 900 kilometers of border with Iran. So
Okay.
you can imagine that the Shia people are over there in the Pakistan, 2.5 crore people or 3 crore people around, and they all have that religious leader as a Khamenei. And if Sunni, Pakistani, Islamic, Jihadi, these generals, if they will, promote this Sunni militia, then the people within the Pakistan, those who are in the positions of DG or in general or in the police position and so many other important positions, journalists, in military, in army, navy, there are Shia people. And if you will see right now, and if you follow this Pakistani media, those Shia journalists are criticizing Asim Munir on the live channel of Pakistan TV. That why they are going to, have a hand with these Americans. Because if you will see all over the world, whoever the Shia is,
Okay.
their religious leader is Khomeini.
Oh.
Okay, so there are all around, all over the world, 20 to 20 crore people.
So he's like the Pope, right? I mean, for them.
Boss, he is the boss.
Ah.
He is the God for them. और जो ये शहादत, the martyrism का the concept of martyrism is there in the Shia. They can die for him. They can, suicide. They become a suicide bomber.
Okay.
And this all will go in Pakistan, because if you will see in that reason, if you will see the documentary of Al Jazeera, when this Shia militia was there in the Pakistan, when the war on terror was started by the America in Afghanistan and all.
Yes.
Then the bombings that were happening in the Ahmadiyya Masjid and the Shia Masjid over there in mosque in Pakistan, every day 300, 400 people was dying by the suicide bombing. Sometimes Shia was doing suicide bombing, sometimes Sunni was doing suicide bombing.
Damn.
They were going in the mosque of Sunnis, and Sunnis were going in the mosque of Shia, and they were bombarding each other. So the whole spill is going to be over on the Pakistan, and I'm telling you, if this has happened and Pakistan has supported this, then the whole hell is going to crack upon Pakistan. And every day there is going to be bombed, there is going to be mosque every day bombed. Shia-Sunni conflict will uprise over there in the region, and you have Afghanistan, very unstable territory over there. Now you will have Iran, unstable territory, the border region, Iraq, and then Syria, and now you will have Pakistan also. And you can see in Bangladesh, you can see China over there. We completely all surrounded by our enemies. So we have to be very careful, and let's see what the things will roll out in coming time.
Yeah, for Bangladesh, this Muhammad Yunus.
I mean, I am literally very, very disappointed with the Indian government that how this thing let happen. How? I mean, you can just fold Bangladesh army in one day.
Yeah.
I mean, in one day you can fold the whole Bangladesh army. They will be on their knees.
Yeah, I saw the protests where they destroyed the Bangladeshi Air Force. I mean, it was nothing there. Not even a building there. So funny.
They have nothing over there.
That's funny.
But right now they are in control, I believe. They have been sent very clear message. Their army general has been sent very clear message that you need to be in control. Don't, can you imagine that the Yunus is कल का लौंडा जो है ये बोल रहा है तुम्हारी चिकन ने काट देंगे.
Yeah, and Assam Chief Minister, his reply, that was so epic. They have 2 chicken necks.
Yeah,
that
so
was brilliant.
I mean that's not a very. I mean, Bangladesh chapter must not happen, and if it has happened, then India must again, capitalize it and just again take the control of this.
So how did the coup d'etat happen in the first place? Sheikh Hasina, that is definitely orchestrated by US?
Yeah, definitely it was the complete program of CIA, and definitely she told to the newspaper that
Western nation.
एक गोरा आया उसके पास और उसने सेंट मार्टिन आइलैंड को मांगा, and I have denied, and उसने बोला कि अगर आप सेंट मार्टिन आइलैंड दे देती हैं तो आपकी गवर्नमेंट बढ़िया चलेगी, सारा कुछ अच्छा चलेगा.
Hmm.
And she denied, and all this chapter happened after that.
I mean, it is.
So
right.
now you can't see those students, those who were protesting
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all.
yeah. Of course,
They
they're
all
all
have gone somewhere.
slavery
I don't
agents.
know.
Yeah.
They all have gone now. Jamaat-e-Islami came there. Pakistan came there. Chinese came there, and US was. I don't know that Chinese was there or US was there. Some port they were developing. I mean, some that base they are redeveloping over there. So Chinese was acquiring some positions over there, but let's see. India will not let that happen. I believe that we have that capability. We can handle Bangladesh very easily. We have handled Sri Lanka, we have handled Nepal and Bhutan, and we can handle Myanmar and this China, this Bangladesh too. We can handle it, no problem.
The thing is, when it comes to direct conflict, yeah, sure, India can handle. But what about the those influx of these migrants again coming back to that point? Because Rohingyas coming here, I mean, such a big problem, such a hassle. First from Myanmar they flee to Bangladesh, and then from Bangladesh they come to India.
Yeah, that's why we have country, and that's why we have government in country. So that's the responsibility of government to do. Absolutely. If government decided to, kick out Bangladeshis tomorrow, then they can do it. But they have to decide. And why they are not deciding, I don't know.
I mean, do you think it's that easy? I mean,
yes, it is easy. It is easy. State can do anything.
Yeah. When there is political will.
Believe it, my brother. Believe it. State can do anything. State, if it comes upon itself, it can do anything. It can achieve anything.
I mean, true.
It can remove 370. It can remove, and it has done it. Done and dusted. So if it can remove 370, then I believe anything can happen.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, if we can hit Punjab, I mean, if we can hit Pakistan in their center, Muridke, Bhagalpur, then we can handle these people very easily. No problem. But there is a need of a will, and I'm not saying that you need to have differences with opposition parties. Just bring them on table. Bring them on table. Just show them that these are the problems we are facing and where we need to go. Actually, the problem came when the single party, start taking credit for everything.
Okay.
So the problem came here. And these are the issues which can't be handled by one party. So if you are allowed to, do in the favor of the nation, and if you are, allowing yourself to do these things in the favor of nation and for the welfare of our citizens, then you have to accommodate every one party. Because in every state you don't have your, government. You have to coordinate with the other government, other parties' government. So everyone has to be on the table, and everyone has to be given detailed brief and detailed, circumstances and detailed security threat, national security threat. And everyone, if our army officers and frightened army officers, and if they will present everything to the country, to the people of this nation and everything, then the whole country will rise up and they will do this. But the problem is that only one party wants credit, then it will not happen. So you have to sacrifice those things, because you can't do politics and everything. So Mr. Modi and the BJP has to come out from this mindset that we want to take credit of everything. No, it can't happen.
But that's how domestic politics works, right? I did this. No, I did it first. No, I did it first. No.
Yeah, that's the problem, sir. That's why we are behind. That's why we are lacking in so many things. If we will decide that what history needs to be taught, which language is to be decided, and what will be our foreign policy, what will be our foreign policy related to Pakistan, Middle East, Russia, America, and Afghanistan, then everything will be sorted out. That's it. Then we only have a domestic issue like employment, like literacy, like nutrition, like health and infrastructure and all. Then we are going to judge them. Once and for please settle all these issues, for temple issues, all these issues, history issues, please settle all these. If you want to make mosque, please make mosque. If you want to make, mandir, please make it.
Okay.
Let's settle it.
Okay.
Please settle it. And then please let the nation grow.
Hmm.
This is what I think, basically.
Okay. So, do you have any plans to travel this year, like anywhere?
Yeah, I wanted to travel. I definitely wanted to visit Northeast
Okay.
somewhere at a point of time. But let's see if I can make it up. Then I will let you know definitely.
Uh, so what foreign country would you like to visit first?
Foreign country, as such, I have no wish list, but I would like to visit in Europe somewhere like in Switzerland
Nordic countries.
or yeah, definitely. And I will also, if I will get a chance, then I really wanted to visit Israel once. I
Oh
really
yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
visit Russia once. Russia and Israel, I really wanted to visit because these two countries really fascinate me.
Hmm.
Definitely, they really fascinate me, and Israel is one of them because the way they are, the very small stretch is there in the Middle East, and how they are surviving, how they are doing things, how they are doing their stuff.
Okay, so would you
Commendable.
like to visit these two countries during peacetime or during wartime? Like during.
Obviously during peacetime, so that I can explore very easily. Otherwise, I have
But because I want to visit these countries during the wartime because that's the real deal, right?
yeah.
You know.
And these two countries in my wish list, and two countries which I will visit definitely once in my life. One is Pakistan and one is Afghanistan.
Okay, so
I
you
really wanted to visit.
okay, so you'd visit North Korea?
What? North Korea?
Yeah, North Korea, Yemen,
Actually,
Syria.
I don't have any fascination for North Korea.
Hmm.
But yeah, really, I wanted to understand the Middle East, and I have always interested in Middle East foreign policy, diplomacy, and all. And definitely, I will visit. But as asked me like from the perspective of your wish list, so I was just saying, although till now I don't have any wish list, and if I'm saying Israel and Russia, it is also not any kind of wish list.
Yeah.
But from the perspective of their making and the way they are dealing with the world, that makes them very fascinating for me. So that's why I just wanted to visit those places. And Pakistan and Afghanistan, these were our part of Akhand Bharat. So definitely I wanted to visit those places. That in Balochistan there is a Hinglaj Mata
Oh, that's great.
Mandir was there. So I
Nice.
just wanted to see that once because it is one of our Shakti Peeth.
Nice.
In Bangladesh there is a Dhakeshwari Mandir. So that Dhaka capital is there, na Bangladesh.
Yeah.
So that is basically on the temple name Dhakeshwari.
Oh,
That was
okay.
one of the
That's the
Shakti
first.
Peeth. Yeah, so that was one of the Shakti Peeth. We have 51 Shakti Peeth, na. So that is one of them in Dhakeshwari, and one in Afghanistan is also their temple over there. So I just wanted to visit those religious places, which is being, since very long our cultural part. And in POK there is a place. I'm forgetting the name. Still, the people are burning. I mean, lightning diya over there every day.
Oh.
That corridor, I'm forgetting that name.
Okay.
बिल्कुल
So
जुबान पे है बस slip हो रहा है.
okay. So can you say some good things about Pakistan? Like if you had to say some good qualities of Pakistan, like what would you say?
Good qualities of Pakistan.
Also some good
I
things about
mean,
Pakistan as a country as a whole.
यार, as a country whole, I used to have one good thing about Pakistan. I used to have. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I don't have right now. I used to have that their elite class, their पढ़ी लिखी क्लास जो बोलते हैं ना, एक जो इंटेलेक्चुअल, I thought that okay, they are the sensible people, but But since last few years, I am seeing them like they are also, in somewhere or at the end, if you will, they seem to be very, liberal, open-minded and all. But when little scratch them, then you will see that bawat or you can, मतलब वो गंदगी उनके अंदर वो भरी हुई है. So I don't have anything good about Pakistan because you know you can they have 22 crore people, 24 I think around they have the population, and these guys are so blind to their eyes, like they have been hit. They have been rattled by the India, and they were winning, and they are, you know, decorating their army chief by their field marshal position and all. And so, how can you, rely on such people? Those who have such kind of thought and thinking. I mean, I don't have anything to say about bad or good Pakistan. Whatever I have stated in this particular, discussion with you, I was just telling you the fact. Okay, this is the thing, but I don't want to say anything good or bad about Pakistan because I don't have any hope with Pakistan. And in future, I believe that it is going to be not a intact country.
For me, like Pakistani music, like the hip hop scene from Pakistan is just really good. We have guys like Talha Yunus, Talha Anjum. We have Rap Demon. Like, I listen to hip hop also, so these guys from Pakistan, they're just killing it. It's really good. And Pakistani memes, of course. That's the Pakistani memes, like the bede, this one. Like Pakistani memes are just good. They're too good.
So you can famous. One have come to that knowledge during our option to.
During option.
I mean, we have get to know about their quality and quantity of their stuff during our option to operation. So they are very much ahead in that media narrative and all. We can say that. Definitely, we can say that.
In that movie, that Bajrangi Bhaijaan, I don't know whether they actually shot in Pakistan any scenes at all. But I mean, they do have some good, beautiful sceneries there. So
definitely. If you will see the video of that occupied Gilgit-Baltistan region, there they have Neelam Valley.
Okay.
You can see on YouTube Neelam Valley. Just write the Neelam Valley, and you will find Switzerland is failed. Definitely mesmerizing, completely natural.
Damn.
Definitely, it's great, very great. Switzerland fail है उसके आगे.
It is pretty.
So they have very good, but that is the Indian territory. One day or other day we will have it.
No. So this one we talked about whistleblowers. So like Julian Assange, like have you ever read anything from WikiLeaks? Like the articles, because I love these types of conspiracies and hidden secret top secret documents unleaked. I love those stuff.
Yeah. So many WikiLeaks articles are there. Even you might have heard about that Indira Gandhi at one point of time was ready to share nuclear technology with Pakistan.
Whoa!
That was also in the WikiLeaks.
Yeah, I did not know that. That is something interesting.
Yeah, so you can go and find it and read it out. So this is there, and Pakistan, how the Pakistan has been assisted by the army, by the US and all their stuff, how the Taliban has formed. Everything is there. So many things are there. How the Cuba crisis has happened and so many other things.
Yeah, there's a movie called Flowers of War. This one, Christian Bale, the Batman, he stars in it. It's about the Imperial Japanese Army during World War II. I mean, when we think about all the ruthlessness, like sheer ruthlessness, I mean, who do you think is worse, the Nazis, the Soviets, the Japanese? Like they were just.
I think if you will say that every army during that time was ruthless, but we can say one thing about Japanese army. They were very much brutal.
Extremely, extremely brutal.
So, you know,
Horrors of war.
those were the people who ready to take their fighter jet and they bombed
kamikaze,
along with their fighter
drone.
jet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were the suicide drones before suicide drones.
So this is what the Pearl Harbor has shaken up, and this is what, you know, Americans compelled the Americans to drop that bomb, nuclear bomb, because they were unable to, you know, defeat them. How they were fighting, the way they were fighting, and also it was extraordinary. So Japanese can be categorized in this category, but yeah, but because I think comparison is not quite can be done with the Nazis, because they were not fighting; they were actually killing one-sided people. So you can't make the comparison with Nazis. Nazis were, we can say that they were the simply slaughter. They were slaughtering the people. So remove them. But yes, Russian army, the Red Army, which we used to say, they are the great people, and they have done it and done and dusted Germany completely. Those were the ones when they entered in the World War II. From that moment, the things have started changing, and you know, you can imagine that in World War II, Russia and America was fighting together.
Yeah. Of course.
So, you know, this is how the world is.
Yeah.
You know, and just after World War II, the two powers, Russia and America, just, you know, fighting the Cold War against each other. This is how the things work in geopolitics. No one is friend, no one is enemy.
No one is enemy.
और तुम्हारा दुश्मन भी उस समय कुछ मोमेंट के लिए, किसी मोमेंट के लिए तुम्हारा दोस्त बन सकता है, एक मोमेंट, वन मोमेंट ऑफ टाइम पे. जैसे चाइना भी किसी एक पॉइंट पे इंडिया के साथ एग्री कर रहा था, जिसमें अमेरिका का हम लोगों ने विरोध किया था किसी चीज को लेकर के. तो द चाइनीज वर ओके वी आर विद यू, वी आर विद इंडियंस.
But even India, like we are buying oil and weapons from Russia. We're also buying technology from America. You know, we have a trade deal with not doing trade with China. India is also quite at the center of a lot of you can say nations which are not really very friendly to each other, but they're friendly to India. So I mean,
yeah, actually, right now there can be so many strategy to contain any of your enemy. Like for China aspect, till now we can't fight with them in economy. That's the very truth.
Yeah.
Okay? And in case of military and anything, on paper you can see or say, yeah, at least they are very big in that form also from us. So what India has done, they are doing trade with China. So many people, ask so many times that, okay, if China is our so much enemy and like this, so why are we doing trade with China? It's all around $110 billion trade with China. And it is basically surplus for China, not surplus for us. I mean, Chinese are getting benefited from the trade with us. So what we have done is it very deliberately, because if we are giving them the space in our economy, like for $110 billion or $120 billion, almost we can say $100 billion. So we are just putting the pressure on the Chinese by giving the space in our economy that, okay, we have $100 billion trade. And $100 billion is not a very small amount. It's a very good and hefty amount.
Okay.
So this can create, and this will make China, or this will make make China in a very innet pressure that, okay, if something we will do with India, then this $100 billion will stop. So this is how you can contain your enemy also at one point of time. Till you are parallelly, growing your capabilities, capacities, military technology. Along with that, you are also engaging China in the form of this. So those who criticize government, I'm not saying that Indian government, any Modi government or Congress government, anyone, but every government has done trade with China, and everyone is in favor of trade with China, because it is a policy of India. Like if we will give them space in our economy, then they will have a pressure on them. Well, like okay, we have trade with India,
Okay, okay.
and all this thing will their $100 billion trade, and it is gradually growing day by day. So it is okay to have a trade with China until we are not matching their capabilities in the technological terms, in the military terms, and in the economic terms. So for to contain them, this is the not we can say ideal, but we can say working. I mean working tactics. We can say that okay, we can contain China in that way.
Okay.
So this is what I think about India and China trade. Uh, so that because during that Galwan episode,
Mm-hmm.
whatever has happened, we also stopped trading with China and so many things.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
banned apps and so
Yeah.
many things, but we didn't stop trade with China. After some time, we resumed our trade, and they also want us to resume our trade because they were also facing so much losses. So this could be the strategic tactic we can make upon enemy country by giving space. We not only defeat our enemy by just fighting with them all the time. We have to sometimes give some space at our land or at our economy and at our things so that we can contain them. We can hold them. So, okay, you have these $100 billion from us. This will be stopped anytime. It can be stopped anytime.
Yeah, of course, these are the lessons by some great war generals like Sun Tzu, Chanakya, even Henry Kissinger.
Yeah.
Like, even for China, Henry Kissinger was the one to open up trade, right? Like
Yeah.
he was the what do you call that advisor or I forgot his exact position.
Yeah, he was foreign secretary,
Foreign secretary. Yes, yes. So
foreign
he.
policy में था वो. He was, I mean, you can say the foreign minister,
Mm-hmm.
secretary of state, we can say, in American terms, and in Indian terms, foreign minister.
Hmm. And in the last days of Henry Kissinger, even China was a lot of respect. Like China respects Henry Kissinger a lot. And
Yeah,
I've also seen a lot of documentaries and also videos on Henry Kissinger. And yeah, who was that military general or someone? He said, if you have seen the horrors of war, like during the Vietnam, you would want to strangle him or something like that. I forgot the exact quote, but yeah, it was
yeah,
something like that.
yeah. That Vietnam War was a very nightmare for Americans.
Mm.
So it was a very much nightmare. So after the Vietnam War, they have decided that we are not going to engage directly on the land in any country.
Mm.
So that's the thing Americans have learned. Although Americans have started things so many in a very positive and very in a very but who imagine and that the Ukraine war will go for this much long time? No one can imagine. I thought initially that it will be a 1 month time and Ukraine will fall, but
Mm.
still they are continuously fighting. So that's the thing. Once you entered in the war, then you are not going to decide that when to stop
Right.
because the other party is also there. So if both party will not get on the table and not discuss, then nothing can happen. And whatever happened during Ops Hindi, whatever we did, it's a very great and wise thing we do. We de-escalate the things and come to our work, economy and all. And that's what we want right now.
Yeah, this Cold War that started. I mean, the amount of proxy wars because of the Cold War is just. I was just looking through the list, and uh, from the Korean War to the Vietnam to Afghanistan, like almost every single war, present day. I mean, yeah, the aftermath was that it has carried over, till present day. It all started from the Cold War. It's just crazy.
Yeah, so for Americans, some say it is military industrial complex of theirs that get profited from wars. So it is wants continuous war in the world. Some say anything, some say anything. But yeah, war is a very ugly thing, but it is inevitable. We can't stop wars
Mm.
because after 1945, There was not a very straight war was going, but it's a whole lot of time has gone. The world has come to its knee completely. Nobody wants to, listen anybody. So
Mm.
the things is going on, and it's a hefty amount of time has gone since World War II.
Yeah.
So this has to happen, and one day it will happen. So war will happen. One day it is going to happen, and it will happen. So nobody can deny it. Whatever the preparation is being done by countries, different countries, bombs, advancement in technology, this and that and that. So one day it is going to explode somewhere. So it will explode definitely. War is
Mm.
inevitable. War will happen, but war is ugly. Yeah, that's true. But war is also inevitable. You can't avoid war. If you have ambitious, you have interest, you want to become something, and if America has decided I want to be number one, and Russian has decided I want to be number one, and I'm not going to compromise on my position, then what will happen?
Mm.
War will happen, and the one who will win the war will be the number one. So this is the ultimate thing, no? This is the ultimate way in our daily life we decided things like this. If you want to take one thing and the other person also want to take one thing, then you have to fight for that.
Mm.
And the one who wins will get that thing. So this is how applicable to everywhere, from very individual to country to the world. So this is how things are going on.
Yeah, there was another quote for war. It said that in war, it does not matter who is right. What matters is who is left. So it means that whoever is left from the other party, because the history is determined by those who return from the war, right? So
Definitely,
yeah. That
definitely.
was quite interesting. But do you see an end though? Like the Russia Ukraine, since Russia is
Yeah, it
fighting
will. It is.
NATO.
It is going to end because if Iran-Israel conflict is getting high,
Uh-huh.
or it will get high, I believe, then it is chances that Russia and Ukraine war will get in a settled way. It is going to be somewhere. It is going to get a deal somewhere. I believe that because
But
Russia has to support Iran, and Russia can't afford being with Ukraine at the same time with Iran. So I believe that Russians will go for some negotiations, and if President Trump can say to the Russians that okay, we'll not hit the Iran, just do the deal with Ukraine, so it can also happen then.
uh, no,
Anything.
Trump did say that I will end the war in 24 hours. But I mean, he did try, but of course that didn't not going through, not following through.
He has started the war again, new
Mm,
war, Israel and Iran.
right, right.
So
Uh,
it was going to happen at one point of time. So it is happening right now.
okay. Because for example, in Operation Sindoor, like we thought that that it will last for a long time, but immediately, like just in a couple of hours, in like how many days, like 2, 3, 4 days, ceasefire, and since then no more bombs, no more nothing. So do you think something like that, like immediately, can happen?
Immediately between Israel and Iran.
No, not within Russia, Ukraine, because that has been dragging on for 3 years now.
Yeah, I am saying now that there has to be something on the table for Russia, and there has to be something very constructive for Russia, and something anything like that which made things Putin to not go to war with Ukraine. Yeah, that only happen when they will strike Iran.
I mean, yeah, since that Operation Spider's Web, where they destroyed the Antonov bombers, actually Russia has been bombing Kiev, like, but the attention is not being focused there because of the Israel-Iran thing. So
Mm.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Russia is daily hitting with 500, 300 drones. They are
hmm.
daily hitting them. Yeah, I'm seeing that.
And what about the
That
North Korean soldiers? They're still there. I mean, if
I think they have been removed. I think they have gone back.
okay,
I think 6,000 of them have got martyred over there or got killed by these Ukrainian forces. 6,000 around, because all of them, I think 25,000 of the forces have came over there, and 6,000 have been killed till now.
Okay.
So they are being rolled up and they are going back. Because how much you will fight the war until and unless it is not getting some direction. It is not coming to any solution.
It's a stalemate, exactly. That's the point.
It is not coming to a solution, and I think that Russia now don't want any solution. They are enjoying this because they are, able to capture the territory of Ukraine so much. So
that was the thing. Wasn't there a agreement supposed to be made, but Zelensky did not agree to the terms?
Yeah, because Russia has really said that whatever the territory we have captured, we are not going to.
Yeah, we're not giving. Yes.
So that's the thing has happened. So Zelensky wanted back. So how he can give it back after losing that much soldiers and after having 3 years of complete lack of economy and everything and sanctions, and then after whatever he has captured and he will give it to you back. How can you think like this? You have to negotiate in terms of in the Russian terms, because you are not in the position of negotiating. Your whole country has destroyed. You have destroyed your whole country. By just in the imagination that you will get the NATO seat. Can you imagine, why Russia will allow NATO at your border?
Yeah,
NATO,
exactly.
Why he will allow?
Yeah.
And this nonsense, ugly guy, not understanding the basics, geopolitical thing, and he's the president of the Ukraine. That how any country will allow NATO at the door of the Russia?
Yeah, it's like allowing a Pakistani base in Sri Lanka or something like that.
Definitely. Why India will allow?
Yeah.
This is the thing, no? This is how it is happening. It is like that Russians have their bases in Canada.
Yeah.
So this is how it is. So this guy has to understand that thing.
Yeah, the whole Cuban Missile Crisis happened because of something like this, right? Russia wanted to put their nukes in Cuba, and US wanted to put
their So this is how Americans can think that how they can allow Ukraine to have the seat in the NATO. So nothing can be said. I mean, it's a very difficult world and difficult to figure out it more.
Yeah. So have you seen that chess competition between this Gukesh and Magnus Carlsen?
I haven't seen that, but
have you seen the meme?
Gukesh has won.
Yeah, he won, but have you seen the meme though? Like when when Magnus made a mistake,
when he hit the table.
Yeah, that is
that scene I saw. That visuals I saw.
And that is the meme. So people are making different versions of that. Like when the traffic police stops you, but you have 1 day left for your pollution, so he slams. And then in the airport check-in, when your check-in bag weighs exactly 14.9 kgs, that's when. And then when you told your mom you'll be coming back by 10 p.m. and you come exactly at 9:59. So, it's all different variations, and it's really creative and funny.
So finally we can have the wrap up of.
Yeah. We can wrap it up. I mean,
okay. And the next time we will connect with audio and visual as well.
For sure. Okay, no problem. Yeah, it's just good catching up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's after a very long time.
Yeah.
So next time, let's see what we can figure out and discuss.
No, of course.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Good luck. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Woods, take point. I'll keep Noriega in check.
U.S. forces are pushing into the city. Invasion's in full swing.
We push north. Watch for friendlies and local non-combatants.
We got infantry all around. Stay in cover.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 Take whatever route you can. Don't worry if we get split up. On the balcony, right side. I'll handle Noriega. Move on my go. They got a heavy gun bunkered on the balcony. Eyes high, Woods. They got the high ground, rooftops and windows.
Stay in cover! ¡Mátenlos!
¡Muérete! Stay back, our hell's about to open up. Don't fucking move, you piece of shit! Alright, let's go. Into the park!
We get heavy fighting in our left! Stay right at the dome!
Shit! This side's no better!
Push through! Don't get bogged down! Get your head down and keep moving!
Which way? Which way?
There's a church to the north. Your checkpoint should be just beyond it.
We got too much fighting to our left. All right, Woods. Right side, in the archways.
There's the church!
Push through the churchyard. Go! Our boys are pushing from the west.
Stay the fuck out of their way! Come on, Mason, I had just about enough of this asshole.
De poner sus armas. Salen uno a uno con las manos en la cabeza y no conseguirá herido. El edificio está rayado. Atención, atención, atención.
Did he go out like a soldier? Don't you tell me that fat fucking slob took him out. Don't you tell me that!
You didn't go down like that, kid. Noriega's a puppet. We're all just puppets.
This place is a fucking mess.
It wasn't much better before the raid. Hudson, it's Mason. We're almost at the checkpoint. Just a couple more blocks. Hudson. Damn it. I don't know what the hell's going on with comms, Woods.
Don't sweat it, Mason. Tech's always screwing up.
Shh, do you hear that? I hear it.
He's hurt bad, Mason.
Shit! Noriega's running!
Get himself killed.
Or in front!
gotta get after him.
Move
I
to
knew we
this
were giving that
building.
son of a bitch too much freedom.
Call it in. I want to know for sure before we bring any other support. Hold it, okay? Hey, what'd he tell you?
We got a man down. Get a medic.
Holy shit.
Help me! Up there.
Help!
On the ledge, 4th floor. Fuck! They went into the building. 012. Immediate fire request. West sector. Marking target with strobe. Everyone.
From this point on, you don't even fucking breathe! Unless we say it's okay.
Go to hell. Oh!
Hell, we've already been.
Move! Gunship strike! Inbound!
Okay. Checkpoint's up ahead.
Good. Can't wait till this asshole's someone else's problem.
Yes.
Mason,
Hudson, where the hell have you been?
are you at the checkpoint?
Sirs, your transportation is ready. This way, sir.
Do you still have the precious cargo?
Yes. But who the hell is Nexus' target? What's more important than objective false profit?
You have to trust me, Mason. You have to. Hudson out.
I may have questioned orders, but I never questioned motives. You take care of your unit, you get your guys home safe.
Roger that, Frank.
That's not how it is. Janica, it's fucked. I'm a soldier. I take orders, I get shit done.
Woods, your position.
They're moving to the roof of the south building.
West building, clear LOS, report on.
Fucking comms!
This way! Everything is ready! Enemigo a las 12!
No one must know I betrayed him.
Him? Hudson, who is Nexus' target? Hudson!
It's him, Woods. Nexus target is Raul Menendez.
You should have told us, Hudson. You should have told us.
We are ready. Bring him out.
They're bringing the son of a bitch out.
Confirm visual.
He even has people in the CIA.
End this now, Woods. Take the headshot. Shoot him in the fucking head.
Now!
What are you looking so smug about? The fuck is going on? What's going on here? No. Mason!
Fool.
You bastard! Menendez! friend Alex Mason is dead. By your own hand. Do you understand why?
He was gonna kill David.
Because you must suffer, as I have suffered. Now one more must die. You, Woods, or David. Make a decision now, or in 10 seconds you're all dead.
Woods, I can't. I have 2 kids. They... Fuck! Okay, me! Do it! Do it!
Your life will be consumed by absolute loss. Then and only then will you understand what you have done to me. I would not kill you, boy. Not like Woods. You will suffer with me. And then one day, you will see this pendant again. And you will remember everything you saw and felt tonight. You will remember all the years of anger and pain. And when you do, David, please, come to me.
Dad! No! Dad!
There's nothing you could have done, Frank. It wasn't your fault. Me and your old man. We were the best. And we still couldn't stop him. The times have changed, old man. He's going down.